Randy. There's far too many of you crying.
Welcome to These Are My Friends, These Are My Friends. We got Randy. We got a friend today.
We got our homeboy Randy.
Hello.
Yep.
There he is. He's saying hello to you because you deserve it. A nice hello from our friendly neighborhood Randy.
I see you're working so hard out there. You know.
He sees you.
Yeah.
He appreciates you.
You're doing so well. I hope.
See? Thank you, Randy. That was your reaffirmation moment during the intro of this podcast. We got into it with Randy about what his road through musicianship was kind of like, and that, as Dylan would say, was provided us with a leeway over to the top 50 Rolling Stones list of albums. Did we?
Yeah. Randy did too.
There was a bullseye thrown today during this podcast. A complete, like, Robin Hood arrow-splitting shot that was cast by somebody who's sitting here today. And I will just give props, because when you hear this thunderbolt from Zeus of a comment, come on down and set fire to this very podcast that I'm speaking to you on.
Price is right.
You'll know it. You'll understand.
100%.
Yeah. Tell the people how well they're doing again. Just one more for us. One for the folks at home and in their cars in traffic, feeling like life is tough. Just let them know.
Yeah, I see you. You're doing great out there. How's the job? How's the church? How's the family?
Get a double. Get a double. You deserve it.
Yeah.
It's 8 in the morning.
You see?
I've been thinking about buying that thing. I think you should get it. You deserve it.
That's right. Treat yourself.
Treat.
Treat yourself is the last thing Randy said before our audio went away, but treat yourself indeed. Enjoy the show, and thanks to Randy. Randy's a nice guy. Nice guy, Randy. He came on and he had a good time. So, see you in the episode.
He said K perfect. That means it is.
It's as perfect as it's going to be.
Nailed it.
This wingback chair here actually is providing quite a lot of baffling. I can feel the...
It's a nice chair, man.
Every time I'm in here, I feel baffled.
Oh, fuck. All right, so this is Randy. He's our friend. This is our friends.
This is our podcast. This is Randy.
Then
That's
yes.
our podcast.
This is Randy. Yeah.
These are my friends.
We're
But
bailing on everything else.
This is our friend Randy.
Hi,
And
I'm Randy.
He's here. You're here. The red light means it's on, right? No, don't look at over there. Over there.
Oh wait, it's recording. No, I think you hit something.
No, we don't want it to be recording. Wait, what are you doing?
This is the green, just the green light. Green. Okay.
Green is go.
Yeah, green is go, red is fuck.
Okay, take two. No. Hey, man. Okay, there we go. That's better.
Does red mean go? Don't look over there.
We almost went ahead and we almost forgot the Lord. Yeah, but we got an amen in there, and now we're ready to start.
Amen. Okay, these are our friends.
Two.
This is Randy.
This is Randy. These are my friends.
We have our
I have Dylan to the left of me.
third friend.
Randy across.
Jokers to the right.
That's right. Thank you. Yes. We're sitting here across from Randy like we have something important to tell him, but he has something important to tell us, which is about himself.
Oh,
right.
Dear.
You didn't know that's what this was going to be.
Yes, you brought a construction expert in today. That's very interesting. Putting together a dust collection system. I don't think that's what this podcast is usually about, is it?
No.
Dust?
No, we could spend innumerable amounts of time.
If you hate dust as much as I do,
there's a system for it, and you built
a
it.
system for it. I'm working on it.
Damn, it sounds like $1 million idea.
Wait a minute, he's not inventing something. I think he's just building one that exists. Are
true.
you inventing something brand new?
I probably wouldn't have to build anything if I invented a dust collector, but
you're not allowed to say this on record, are you? I think that's what's going on.
It's called the Randy Man 5000.
Yeah, let's pivot, okay? We'll pivot.
Okay.
He's a musician also.
Yeah, outside of work, what do you do?
Yep, musician. I play mostly the bass guitar in a local outfit. Fella named Layten Kramer.
Something in my head again, and it don't fit quite right. All I hear is the sound of footsteps. got a job, I go to work, I get paid. Still I make minimum wage.
Bam.
Check them out,
There we go.
Nice.
if you like rock music.
Layten Kramer. Check it out. Check it out on Facebook.
Have you ever heard of them, Dylan? No?
Nope, but I will
Dope.
now. I have now.
That Layton's dope. Okay.
Dope.
But yeah, so I was hoping. So right now you play mostly the bass and with Layton. And what led you there? I was hoping to give like a rundown on like how'd you start with music? What have you done? Stepping stones, and then now you're here.
Well, I guess I started out playing guitar really young, through high school and all that. I was super into starting a band and played in always in the theater and stuff.
I always
like
think
that.
of you having a red guitar. I think all your guitars are red in my head.
Yeah, red cars, red guitars. I don't know.
Red's the best color. I was going to ask you that. That was my
red,
question.
I feel like.
You asked me. We used to be roommates, also Randy and I. So this is the shocker reveal. But yeah, we used to be roommates, and I remember going with Randy to choose which type of red for the basement bathroom.
Yeah,
Most people don't paint their basement bathroom fire engine red, but that's what we chose.
It's hard to tell which red is reddest from a small chip. And also I'm colorblind. So I kind of like
No
need
way.
advice
Yeah.
sometimes, but I know I like it. Yeah, vibrant, very vibrant.
If
Yeah,
you
he was
had,
looking for the most vibrant one.
if you had to express what red was, what would it be to you? How would you describe red?
Oh, it's passionate.
Passionate,
I knew-
fire.
So passionate.
There we go.
Very good, very good. That
That's true.
psych analogy pass. Yeah.
It's getting humid. Wow.
Damn, fire engine red.
Holy
Yeah, me
moly.
and Dan lived together, and for that stretch of time, there was a hip hop duo and a thrash metal band and an indie rock band sharing a house, sharing a jam space.
Yeah.
It was excellent. The only time we ever got all of the bands in the house together on one bill was for a joint birthday party. We rented out a nightclub or a bar, Copper Owl. Shout out Copper Owl. Miss the Copper Owl.
Yeah.
I
Shout out
forgot that
Logan's
we made that
also.
happen.
Really, really miss Logan's.
Dude, yeah, I miss
we all
Logan's
love
pub.
Miss Logan's.
Shout out.
We could have a I Miss Logan's Pub podcast that was all just people who miss Logan's Pub. It could be like just a tears fest. No one would listen to it because it's too sad.
But also the Copper Owl. They were holding up a small venue
Oh, yeah.
spot for a long time. That's kind of missing. Right
I feel
now.
like the employees there got beaten by someone or something because they were so grumpy. They were so upset all the time. I don't know what it was. But they
At the
just
Copper
really
Owl?
were upset with us no
I don't-
matter what we did. It was just my bad luck, I think. But
maybe
I was
maybe it was
just I loved
bands
playing there.
at a certain volume in that small of a place is probably
Yeah.
they-
They just
they're-
don't they have a problem with my music. That makes sense.
You're starting so loud that they can't even. They know they're not going to get anywhere with a. Hey, can we get the guitarist
can
down
only
just
drum
yeah,
so
just
much.
by set 80%?
Can't turn the drum set down.
That's it. What are you guys? Hip
think
hop?
maybe if I had skill, I could turn the drum set down, but I can't hit less hard.
We're
and
thrash
play
metal.
heavy metal. Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
Doesn't
You
make
guys aren't
sense.
spoken word poets? Fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Not
mean,
anymore.
now it's a fancy cocktail bar or something, right?
Yeah. What is? Yeah.
Is
It's
it?
cocktail
You still
bar.
going there?
Yep.
Yeah. Go
It's like
there.
Citrus and
Shut up.
Cane, I think.
That's
Shout out.
Right, that's right.
Well,
Yeah.
they just don't do any more shows there because it's insanely small.
It's
Well, it's changed hands or whatever.
yeah,
but
it's nice
it
and
is
it's
nice. Yeah. And
cool cocktails.
I've always loved the room.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like vintage esque.
Yeah.
Like it's like what 70s
It's a little,
esque.
yeah, it's like a little slice of the 70s or
Yeah.
something.
I feel like it's always been like cocktail bar vibe, all these different levels, and
I can feel the energy in there, yeah, of business transactions going down over fucking old fashions, you know? Yeah.
Old fashioned. That would be the drink I would imagine someone having in the Copper Owl.
And a cigar, yes.
Well,
Yes.
I would, yeah.
yeah, I feel like the people running it before, they were excellent, and they kind of gave a lot of people a chance, like smaller bands and stuff like that.
I don't
But-
think I ever knew the people running it. It
but
was
I-
only just over the staff I was talking about, but
Yeah.
I never knew the people who ran it. But, yeah.
If any of the staff is listening, you guys are great.
They're not. Don't worry.
A bunch of assholes, yeah.
They're like, oh, if
fucking
it was,
guy.
if you're listening, it was the other guy.
I don't know.
that's
You guys don't know what kind of pull I have. I don't know what kind of pull. I've never done this before.
Fuck yeah.
Who the fuck wants to listen to me?
Please pull as hard as you can.
Oh my god.
We need this. Oh man.
Wow, really coming to the bottom of the barrel. Holy shit.
These are my friends. What do we got today? Homeless man? Yeah,
This is
sure, whatever.
Randy.
Fuck it, yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So, are you not in another band?
I have been in several bands over the years, but
Yeah,
now
we interrupted him. I said he has a red guitar, and we got super derailed. Whoops.
Oh, well, whatever. Whatever. It's all ancient history, you know.
Oh yeah,
But it's still being created, is it not?
No, not so much. I'm
Not the ancient part.
only active with Layten nowadays.
Okay.
But that's been great. He's really got his shit together. He's a great songwriter. Always has a big group of musicians to pull from. The lineup is always kind of fluid.
yeah.
So there's kind of people coming in and out depending on what kind of show it is and what the vibe needs to be, which I really like. It doesn't have to be exactly carbon copy the same every show.
Dope.
It's pretty cool that he can have like enough individualism to control and do things the way he wants to do it, because I feel like sometimes when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, it's like a wider net push, and it's just tougher to promote 5 people than it is to promote one person sometimes. So like, I feel like, is that maybe?
Yeah, I've been in bands that did it kind of both ways, where the collective, all members have equal say, and and that can be good also. But sometimes you get caught and nothing's getting done because there are too many opposing opinions and
Too many ideas. Create
If
a problem. Yeah.
You're talking like Tom Petty and then whatever happened to the Heartbreakers. Kind of like you're a heartbreaker.
I feel like those are different.
Yes.
I feel like those. Well, no doubt. Now we're getting to it. That's where I was going with this the whole
if I
time.
could be so lucky, it'd be a heartbreaker.
Right.
Call
No
me
kidding.
up, I guess.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But I just feel like that once you put there's like it becomes two like powerful entities there also. So like that's almost like supergroup thing, a supergroup thing. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
All
So
right.
you get
Yeah.
like, you know, but with just Layten Kramer, it's not Layten Kramer and the Randys.
And the construction
That'd be
workers.
pretty tight though. Has he considered? I'll give him the name.
These are my construction workers. Yeah. Totally. Grab my phone. Oh.
Gotta make a couple calls.
I didn't know you took video. Where is this on YouTube?
Yeah, we've been doing a YouTube show longer than we've been doing the audio part. I finally convinced Dylan to also just upload only audio strictly.
Just
so it will also
sake of
go up
time.
as just audio on the podcast, on the Podbean. But the video will also be available on YouTube.
Yeah.
We usually try to film the ones where we have a person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We mean more production when but if it's just me and him and we can just, rap, spit one out, get one cooking.
I would have perhaps put on a collared shirt. Had I known,
No.
there would be a visual aspect to the program.
Dylan does
You
this
look
to me
perfect.
every time.
Yeah.
I was even thinking, I'm like, I should text Randy and tell him that Dylan likes to surprise me with a camera all the time. And when we get here, I see Dylan with the tripod and shit. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. We should probably just do it.
Yeah.
Randy
No.
does not look.
Like a
Randy
bag of
looks
dicks.
fine.
No, you're playing a character, man. You're the compactor.
I'm
That's what we call
ready
you.
for
He's the
anything. I'm the compactor.
Wow.
Watch out.
I didn't realize Dylan had this whole narrative written for Randy ahead of time.
I got lore, man. Yeah. That's all I got, man. The compactor. He does garbage man things. Name 3 things that happened this last week that was bad to you.
To me,
What are your weaknesses and strengths?
I had a really bad nightmare the other night.
That's perfect. Name a second.
Bad things. This is so negative, Dylan.
Yeah,
why are you doing
just not really bad. Just it's like
What the
stub
hell's
your
wrong
toe.
with
Having
you?
such a good day.
Yeah. 1, I came on a podcast. 2, this guy asked me stupid questions. Still thinking about the third one.
Oh, other bad things. It's so nice that I'm digging for bad things.
That's pretty
Please. Yeah.
bless. That's pretty bless. You're still going.
That's
Yeah.
pretty blessed.
That's pretty bless. It's a blessed life.
Blessed, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless.
I watched the new Martin Scorsese movie. Scorsese.
Yep. The flower made child.
Flowers of the Killer Moon. Yeah.
Yep.
And I was quite sad after it. And then
Yeah.
I think it was that night that I had horrible nightmares.
That makes
Which doesn't
sense.
happen very often. Usually I don't dream very often.
But Scorsese got you dreaming.
Scorsese got me dreaming.
Gotta get that on a shirt.
Oh,
He gets me
Scorsese
dreaming,
got me
man.
dreaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was probably late for work or something. but
Perfect.
I don't
Okay,
know.
we'll come back to that. But I just wanted to know that your
Randy,
life
quit
isn't
dwelling
all
on all these
gravy.
terrible. Just move on past it, okay?
Perfect. We'll come back to it though later. So on the spot, it's just going to be on the spot. Top 5 records of all time for you. On the spot.
Oh my god.
So you can change it later. We'll have you on again, and then you can be like, actually, this is my list, but on the spot.
Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It could just be ones that pop into your brain.
Like,
Doesn't
yeah.
have to
Okay.
be-
Fleetwood Mac Rumors 5 times. No.
Okay, well, there,
Amazing.
wow.
Wow. That's a high standard, dude. Fuck.
Explains a lot about
No.
the music scene these days. Have you seen Daisy Jones?
I have not seen that. As a fan of Rumors.
As a real fan of,
times,
of
yeah.
Rumor, as a Rumors fan.
Oh my god. I'd say maybe Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues.
Cool.
It's one of my favorites.
I know that Death from Above album was huge for you.
Yeah, that,
Living with You, I listened to that a bunch because of that, which is cool. They're dope.
that was also maybe me trying to relate to my heavy music friends, being like, "See, I listen to heavy
Right,
music
yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
I play all the
Look,
all
here's
the."
one that they'll also be okay with.
They'll be okay with this because it's
Distortion.
distortion,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. There's distortion, right? This is it. Yeah.
got some
guys.
crunch.
Yeah. It's got some crunchy.
Crunch,
Yeah.
that dude's yelling.
I mean, Black Sabbath is probably one of my
Hell yeah.
favorite records. Actually, on that
Good
note, like
choice.
maybe brought in by all those fellas.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like I'm going all classic old records, but
I mean, that's
so many
Yeah.
just because they're so huge.
And that's
Yeah, I never
Part
think
of
to
it.
pick quintessential types of records like that because they're just so obvious almost. You know, I always want to like
I have
here's one that they won't expect, but yeah, no, it's true. There's certain albums that are just too
and
iconic.
out of all the genres too, like
honor code here. I wasn't sitting there like thinking and switching it around and stuff like that. I just thought of my 5 on the spot, and I have it here, and I'll tell you after yours. And I was just like, wow, this makes me look like a fucking nerd. This is my top 5.
Makes me
Holy
look
shit.
like a fucking nerd.
I'm a nerd,
Wow.
dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
these are my
geez, what
5.
is it?
Do you have 2 more, or are you top 3 or?
a top 3 or
Yeah, no, these are not even good.
He hates them all.
These aren't even Randy's top ones.
Yeah.
They're not even-
This is like
Black
55.
Sabbath, though.
I'm gonna get there's so many things are gonna pop into my head.
Yeah.
And that's the tricky part
You
of
know
it.
what? I'll just keep yelling out albums throughout. I might get to 15 albums by
Yeah,
the
that's
end of
fine.
this.
That's better.
Ashes of the Awake.
If there's
Don't
any
feel
dead
pressured.
space, if there's any dead space,
Yeah, you just
I'll start thinking of, like you said, albums that I just absolutely wore out when they came out. Like, okay, that there was an album by a band called Dive that
Okay.
me and Colby probably listened to 10,000 times. Is what it's called?
Is R?
Is R? Yeah.
Is the Izar?
And
Whoa.
I feel like going back to it now, I'm like, yeah, this
huge
is
for you?
awesome. A local band called John's. Huge. At Work on Several Things is an album that
At Work on Several Things. That's
Yeah,
a cool album
and
name.
it's amazing. I can't even believe it's a local
What kind
band.
of tunes?
It's like really jangly indie rock, like pretty lo-fi. The guy,
Indie rock.
the guys that the guy that produced it all has gone on to do lots of other great records. If you're editing things in there, maybe I can get some reverb.
Yes. Oh, we can give you all the reverb you
I can
want.
get some like I'm in a cave. See ya.
Drippy noises. Quit making work for me. I'm getting a gun. There it is. That's the gun sound.
Oh no, you hit a dog and a
Oh my
clown.
god, these clowns are coming out of the woodwork. Get out of the road.
Sheesh. Dan, same question.
Oh, I was thinking about clowns and dogs in the road swerving around. in my
Oh,
brain.
dude, it's crazy. Yeah.
Same question. Well, the albums that jump to my brain, I usually I guess I would divide it because I assumed you were going to ask me. I would divide it into genres. So I'd pick hip hop first as my favorite genre probably and go with albums like 3030, which you know.
Oh, hell
Randy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then by Dell and
Funky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Homo.
Sapien.
thank you. Thank you, fellas.
The?
You guys are the mildest yes men ever.
Yeah.
Can I get a Dell? But yeah, so,
we took turns. Yeah.
So we got 3030 I really love. We got I really love the beats on I don't know anymore, but I sure was crazy about Swollen Member's first album Balance. I just love the beat production on there. It's like the perfect combination of like aggressive, dark, dramatic, classical influenced hip hop beats that I'd never really heard too much else in rap, I guess. That was brought out the metalhead side of me, I guess, in rap. Some big albums, like, not even just for me. Like, I went through a giant phase of loving the Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone Age for long time. Like, I wore that thing out, and then I lived with Randy, and we wore
and Brody
Brody and also my friend Dan Hitchin, and all of those boys love that album so much that I eventually had to take a break. Like, I really don't want to hear that album ever again, probably, but maybe one day I'll hear it and be like, oh yeah, this album was like part of my skeleton at one point. Like, it's just always around, like, that album.
That one was introduced to me by my stepmom, who had it on CD.
Oh, wow.
It was like one of the first like modern rock albums that I'd heard. I was like so stuck on like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and like could not break out of that.
Yeah, Jack FM playlist. Yeah.
No, and then the Q more so.
Hey? And the Q now, yeah.
Well, I was also just deep diving super hard into Pink Floyd and stuff like that.
Oh, that's dope. For sure. Of course.
Yeah. I got all that classic rock stuff sort of like my mom. I mean, everybody's parents listen to that stuff, but like obviously my mom listened to it a lot around me, and I felt like classic rock was always just sort of a given. Like, I just would never really think of my own favorite.
I mean, same, yeah.
Like, I love the Eagles. I saw the Eagles. I consider that one of the greatest performances I've ever seen live, and I wouldn't think of any of the Eagles albums as one of my favorite albums, even though I love all of those songs and stuff. It's just hard to make that.
When did you see the Eagles?
Man, years ago, before Glenn Fry died.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
I was lucky enough, 20th row, dead center with my mom, and the stage was just black, and then they just started singing Seven Bridges Road, like in like a beautiful harmony, and it was one of the craziest, like, nicest sounding moments I could think of. Just like one of the clearest, most beautiful singing moments that I've ever heard of anybody doing that. It was so incredible.
Randy's top 10 bass player singing moments,
Yeah.
Take it to the limit.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Eagles.
That's a good tune.
Eagles Hotel California live DVD.
Yeah.
Incredible. We watched that.
Oh, you probably do know, if you saw the DVD, you probably know that Don Henley's on the drums for singing that one.
Oh, yeah.
He's drumming and singing. That's
Don Henley doesn't sing that one, though.
What?
He doesn't sing that
Hotel
one.
California?
No,
not Take to the Limit. No. I mean Hotel California.
Oh, yeah. He's always drumming and singing. He's classic drummer singer.
That always blew my mind. I didn't know that until I saw him.
Levon Helm, too, from the band.
Yep.
Dude, yeah.
Classic
That's
drummer
actually
singer.
Chris Shields' favorite band.
Back around, Death from Above, 1979.
Right.
Also classic drummer singer.
Dude, that's wild. When people can just split
we
their
love
brains
a drummer
again.
singer.
Drummer singer. It's, oh man, I picture doing that because I drum, but
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
We're still doing it. We're still drummer singer.
Out here doing this. Well, my friend who I bought my very first drum set off of, this is probably silly. I don't know what you guys think, but when I heard it, I thought, okay, sure. But he said, as a drummer, he was just like, man, if you have time to sing while you're drumming, then you're not drumming enough.
Oh,
is what he thought. Is what he said. Basically, and I kind of took that to be like, okay, well, if you have extra brain power left over and whatever, then you should convert that brain power into doing better drumming. Is kind of what he was saying.
That's his philosophy.
That's his philosophy as a drummer, but he's obviously never experienced the joy of singing while drumming because I'm sure that would be sick as hell.
Also, what type of band is it? Like, if you're doing Torify, so like if John was...
People do that though.
Yeah, they do it.
No, but people do that. Like, one of my favorite bands, Absu,
yeah.
Well, the reason that I love them, or one of the main reasons, other than their incredible music, but the singer is the drummer, and he writes it all, and it's like the most aggressive friggin' black metal thrash drumming, and his like extreme brutal black metal vocals as well. Like,
and he does it at the same time.
Oh yeah,
what?
Like, it's just crazy.
I kind of love the dynamic in bands when the drummer is like the band leader, even if he's not, or he or she is not the lead singer, but is the band leader.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking. I would just to wind it back. I just said Necrophagist and Vector, but those are the guitarists who are singing as well. Mm-hmm. And that only blows my mind. That's incredible to do as well. That's like another level of mind blowing to me, because I don't play any guitar. But the fact that those guys are like some of the wildest shredders in tech death bands ever, and they're doing they're doing vocals as well. It's crazy to me. People who can, as a drummer, in a metal band, it's crazy to me. People who can split their brain to another level and do vocals as well as whatever their instrument is crazy.
Yeah, flying around. Can you do that? Huh?
Music's friggin'
Randy does
crazy.
it. Randy does do it. Randy does it. He plays bass while doing some backup singing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's amazing, dude.
I just had to highlight that he does it. I was fishing. I was fishing for him.
He does it.
I actually find it much harder to sing and play bass than it is to sing and play guitar, especially if you're just
Oh, wow.
strumming chords.
Because you can screw up the guitar all you want. Guitarists don't have to be good.
Yeah, or if there's a lead guitarist that's doing all the melodies and everything and you're strumming chords, it's kind of more intuitive to go with the rhythms of the vocals. Whereas with bass, sometimes you're
counter rhythming.
Yeah, you're doing a counter rhythm to the drums, which isn't intuitive if you're melody. Yeah, I don't know.
Pulls your
It's different
brain.
for everybody.
Whenever
Some
I think
people
about, if I accidentally think about John's vocals while I'm drumming, I will just screw up. Like I'm rarely, like I'll never drum
It's like, don't think.
No,
Yeah.
I have to ignore John completely while I'm drumming. There's no way I can pay attention to what John's doing.
Fucking
Kind of brutal.
Fair enough. So you back to your album. So you got Dell,
Yeah, I got
Mocha only? No, Swollen Members.
I did a show with Mocha only though.
Oh,
That's
dope.
cool. Did do. I think I've mentioned before, but anyway.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call it? I was just trying to say Songs for the Deaf just because it was
Right.
a huge album that I heard 18 billion times, and I really did love it at one point.
Yeah. It's on the spot, so it's just like there's no
What
wrong
else we
answer.
got? God, there's a lot of good albums, dude. I love Onset of Putrefaction by Necrophagist, my favorite tech death band, of course, that I was just talking about there. I said when I first started drumming that like my goal would be to get to the level of that, the ability to do Hans Grossman drums, which I still can't do it. So
I mean,
probably never will, but that's the level that I'm always shooting for, is that
Right.
level, because that to me is like the best band. Gojira was huge for me as well. I don't know which one, but anyway, what else? Albums, Alice in Chain albums. It's always hard to see. I go by bands. I don't always go by albums, right? Like
That's
so many of my favorite bands, right?
Yeah.
Jar of Flies.
So yeah.
Jar of Flies, but also Alice in Chains self-titled, because it has Dirt and Love, Hate, Love, all these things. Like Alice in Chains might be one of my favorite bands as well. So, well, they definitely
are. Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
I think
but
they came on way late for me. I know Adam was always our friend and your bandmate Adam was a huge Alice in Chains fan.
Oh yeah,
They were such a
We were
slow burn
together,
for me,
yeah.
and now I feel like they're one of my favorite grunge bands, or
I think I would
my
say
favorite bands from that scene.
Yeah.
anyways.
Sometimes it takes a bit for people to get into. To me, they're the best.
Yeah,
grunge,
to me.
period. But there are also a lot of people consider them grunge metal, so I could understand why. But it's just, to me, there's a lot of things going for that band, but Lane Staley takes it to the next level. Like and
Mad Season.
with Jerry Cantrell in the band,
Yeah.
that's insane to say, because he's like a powerhouse as well. Like, yeah, I've met Jerry. Actually, I met Jerry Cantrell.
way,
I think
what?
I've mentioned this. I'm gonna repeat every story every time. I once met him.
I've never heard this. You met Jerry?
Yeah, I met Jerry, shook his hand out back, same as Mike Inez, the bassist placement
Sheesh.
for Mike Starr, and Sean Kinney, he is my favorite non-metal drummer, Sean Kinney.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
He does things that I don't know how he would ever write that. Like, he writes such tasty drums. He was drumming since he was 9 years old in his grandpa's band. This dude's been drumming forever. And I was joking.
You gotta
earlier
grind
about
it
the guy with
Play Mustang Sally at a couple car shows. bands.
man. Like,
when you
shit
dug in
like
the
that.
slugs? Yeah.
That's on the car show cover band
It's like
bingo
big
card.
band.
It's like one of their kids is in the band
It's a
and is
swing
really
band.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a swing band or like a big band or something in his grandpa's band. Anyway, but yeah, his hand was like iron handshake.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. Like, oh, fuck.
The
Hand
most
is made out
confident
of-
guy.
Hand is made out of a brick. Like,
Yeah.
just from drumming forever. But like, yeah. And I saw Scott Whalen as well walk with his man or whatever. Like, they sent what's his name, Duff. From
Guns
Velvet
N'
Revolver.
Roses? Velvet
yeah.
Revolver, yeah.
Yeah, from Guns N'
Yeah,
Roses.
yeah.
They sent him out first. Is it
McKagan?
Yeah.
McKagan? McKagan. Yeah.
Yeah, they sent the drummer for Velvet Revolver out first to like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm a celebrity. Look at me. Look over here now. And then Scott Whalen is like getting hustled away in the back, like all, high or whatever, like hiding or something. But anyway, he just went away and didn't want to talk to anybody. But the other guys came right out and said what's up to us. And there was only like 15 or whatever, 10 people out back of the Pacific Coliseum.
Oh,
Shit.
Yeah. It was cool. It was really cool. We saw them there with Velvet Revolver, and so I've seen Slash and Scott Weiland and
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was a wild show.
I've seen a lot of people who have
Remember
passed.
Dan Hitchin from our other episode? He asked him about that concert next time. The poor guy was so sick. He was just like down. He was crunched down. Like I remember just looking at like Slash in a beam of light, like in the spotlight, doing a crazy like 20-minute guitar solo. Felt like 20 minutes long. And Dan is just like huddled down underneath and just like, Dan, you're missing it, bro. You're missing it. He's like, I don't care. I feel horrible. I don't know what it was.
Was he hungover or was it like sick?
No, he had like a flu feeling or I don't know what the hell was wrong with him, but this was years ago.
That sucks, dude.
Before people were contagious.
Okay, we're going to
went to stuff.
Quickly go to a break because we have ads and we'll be right back.
Yeah, we have sponsors to gotta pay the bills, guys.
That's right.
Butterfield's Bacon Butter Smoothie Pancakes. They're the pancakes with the butter smoothie pancake taste that you come to love from Butterfield's. Butterfield's pancakes are bacon flavored with smoothie, protein, and a bunch of vitamins. Comes in a box, pour it out. It's the best damn thing. It's a meal, it's a breakfast, it's everything in one. So Butterfield's Bacon Butter Smoothie Pancakes is the way to go if you want to eat some good stuff, breakfast, and you're on the run. You can blend it. You can cook it in a frying pan. You can heat it up in the microwave. Since 1942, Butterfields has been the only producer of multi-state food, instant food that you can take along with you. So that, one more time, is Butterfield's Bacon Butter Smoothie Pancakes. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks to These Are My Friends. Buy some Butterfield's Bacon Butter Smoothie Pancakes. Thanks again.
We're back. That was a great ad. What was the ad for again?
Bacon pancake mixture, like for in a smoothie.
Oh, smoothie bacon pancake mixture.
That's right. Yeah, like you're supposed to put it in
Butterfield's.
a smoothie, I think.
Butterfield's
Smoothie bacon pancake.
Thank you to Butterfield's, all non-dairy, all natural bacon butter pancakes.
It's beautiful.
Bacon butter smoothie pancakes
That's right.
By Butterfield.
by Butterfield.
The alliteration is beautiful.
Here's your $15, Randy, for saying that. Thank you. Perfect. These are my friends.
Yeah, we only got 20, so you got the lion's
For
share.
every friend, we get to say that.
That's right.
And we only have one.
I'm happy to
so
be
far.
paid in pancake mix if
Bacon pancake?
if
It's
that
in
works
the
out to
mail.
be more profitable for me.
It's in the mail. That's what they've said.
Use our affiliate
They'll be
code.
sending it to your home.
These are our friends. These are my friends.
Well, yeah. There's our
Sure,
sister,
yeah.
our sister podcast.
You should buy both websites just in case.
That's a good idea, actually. We should. Yeah. I haven't even bought the
Schmanuel-
first one yet.
Schmanuel and Schmillen from These Are Our Friends.
Do you have that .com?
Cease and desist us.
Oh, cat's knocking shit over.
It's full chaos in here, folks.
Always. And
They won't believe it without the footage.
Yeah.
It's actually
to
kind of
prove
rude,
that
like me
cat-
being a guest and all.
yeah.
Like,
Hey, we have guests in here, all right? Cool
this,
it.
This cat is on one
Always.
permanently.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're doing a podcast? Okay, let's go fuck your shit up. Yeah.
control your beast.
Yeah.
I'm sure the cat almost pulled Dylan's whole laptop down in mid-podcast once.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah. Actually, there's a fucking third one. Yeah. There's too many cats.
They're freaking everywhere.
It's freaking.
Although I really
Anyways.
love- Crowley is actually the bomb.
Yeah, she's a dope ass cat.
Awesome.
So that's your top 5. Okay, so I have my top 5.
I don't even know what I. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we'll say I said 5.
You
That's
did.
good.
You definitely did.
I like a lot of stuff, just like other people.
So mine was, and this was just like off the cuff. Like if I actually sat there,
he got to study. This guy had the list already.
You mean if
He
you
made the
actually
list.
Sat there.
but like you're gonna go, really? Like some of them are like super generic, and some are like okay. But so number 5, I'm starting with it was a tie between Tourist History by Two Door Cinema Club,
Oh yeah,
By
or
who? Can you just speak a little slower?
I heard him. I was
But you already knew
there in
what it was.
2009.
I wasn't. I was absent for that album.
You probably weren't. You probably heard it.
yeah, you definitely heard it.
What is it?
We lived together at that
I
point.
just want to hear what the word was.
Two Door Cinema Club.
Oh, okay.
I was in there were a lot of club bands in
Yeah.
that era.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's just like quintessential indie kind
They were,
of.
you knew it was
Tokyo
gonna
Club.
be. You knew it was going to be an indie band if it had club in
Wasn't
the
there
name.
a Tokyo Police?
Tokyo Police
they're
Club.
dope.
There was a Bombay Bicycle Club.
Yep,
Oh my god!
Yeah, all the club bands.
Tokyo Police Club is
You
fucking
know how
dope.
much cooler it is to be in a club than a band?
Yeah, we're an affiliation.
Marginally, and so they went with it.
Tokyo Police affiliation.
Oh,
yeah.
we're actually not a band.
Tokyo Police Conglomerate.
Yeah, that's
Very
right. Yeah.
Exclusive conglomerate. Yeah.
So it was either that or 5150 by Van Hagar. Van Halen, but Van Hagar is far more supreme.
You like Van Hagar,
Are
do
you
you?
serious?
What a weird
I
take.
know. Oh man,
we got-
come at me, but
What?
Hot takes over here.
Clickbaits and
We
hot
got-
takes. Homeboy
We got
makes a real
Hagar
bad
head.
take.
yeah, we got a Hagar.
As a man
Hagar
who,
the horrible.
as a man who has seen David Lee Roth
You have seen
kick the sky live,
Diamond Dave
Yeah.
in the
I-
flesh.
literally
Yo.
have,
Anybody, come at me.
You
and I mean
ever-
literal in the literal sense,
You
not
gotta
in the
pull-
figurative.
You gotta
sense.
listen to that YouTube. It's an old YouTube, but you get "Running with the Devil," and it's just the vocal take.
Yeah.
It's just vocal take and slide whistle with everything else taken out of the song,
That sounds magical.
and him just scatting. And it's so funny.
It's so crazy.
It's
how-
like incredible.
yeah.
just like all the time these crazy noises. He's actually so good. He makes that song. He's doing too much in that song. He's just straight up. Like, actually though, yeah, I have heard that. It's
That's
pretty
so
incredible.
funny. Oh fuck.
Like just the vocal tracks of that is just insane. Yeah.
Yeah, let me take this moment to pivot to David Lee Roth after you said that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You like David Lee Roth more than Van Hagar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, Balance and 5150. I fucking love those albums. And he's just got fucking beautiful.
Maybe
voice.
I'll have to go do more research then before going and
I mean, it is very like
that's my perception, but it's probably also I
don't
only
think
know
it's-
the big bangers, the big cheesy 80s
Yeah.
ballad bangers
They're
from
meant for
Sammy
Las
Hagar.
Vegas or
dreams
whatever.
are made of. Yeah.
I feel like I've
Right
only heard
now.
the silly
silly.
Hagar.
Yeah, silly Hagar.
Twister soundtrack. We get I think there's like some Sammy Hagar Van Halen songs written for Twister for the soundtrack.
I don't think there's anything really super wrong with Van Hagar as a regular dad band or whatever, but
Just
Van Halen with David Lee Roth is on another level. That's a different.
I'm a Hagar head, man. Just that's me and my bro. That's just
You
the way
drink
it
the
is.
tequila, do you?
Yeah, I like Cabo Wabo all day, man.
Good lord.
Okay, so number 4 is Americana by The Offspring. Because it's like nostalgia, right?
I never got into those guys, but that was like right. I feel like that was. No, it's no excuse. I just never liked pop punk that much, I guess. But I like them. If I hear them, they're pretty dope. But I never did get into the Offspring. I should have though.
Number 3 might be my number 1. I don't know. This is yet again. It's just nostalgia, and I literally take my word for it, guys. I didn't study. I actually fucking gave myself 5 seconds and popped it out.
We'll edit your lies out later.
Yeah. Is Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. My Chemical Romance first album.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
Okay.
Fucking
I
sick.
don't know. I never really listened too much to the old MCR, but
I was around for that.
2002,
I
yeah.
was around for that.
Dude, and it's not like their other, like I like their commercially successful stuff too. I'm not going to pretend that I'm too good for fucking Black
you're
Parade.
the fastest talker ever
But
right now.
yeah, fucking Busta Rhymes. I'm trying to practice to rap over that
So-
beat you made.
Auctioneer.
Holy crap. You'll have to go slower than that. Oh.
50% speed. Number 2 is You Can Tune a Piano, But You Can't Tune a Fish by REO Speedwagon.
Wow, that's a.
Fucking banger album, start to finish, every single track.
When was the last time I heard anyone say that REO Speedwagon was in their top 5 of anything?
This bar is the last time I heard somebody say that in it. So
if
I'm
you
not
haven't listened to that
surprised
album,
only because I've heard you say that you love REO Speedwagon
I fucking
so much.
love that. Oh,
I feel
fuck,
like
man.
I need to listen because of how much you
Yeah, you guys are gonna probably listen to it and just like, wow, can we turn this off?
I don't
But
know.
I get a power ballad. I like REO Speedwagon.
they're fucking killer and they're actually talented as fuck. And then this is so bad. This is the one that's like, oh fuck, I like hesitated to put on here because it's like a little embarrassing, but it's just the nostalgia factor. A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, Panic at the Disco.
I unironically love that. song.
I unironically
Out
think
of
that's one
all
of my
the-
favorite albums of all time.
I missed out on all those genres.
Maybe it's a
man. I was
little bit ironic.
so into underground hip hop that I just closed my brain to everything else.
Fuck you, Brandon.
I
You're
had a
metal.
coworker and he could hang with. We just like bump Panic at the Disco at the job site once in a while, and it's
It's,
hilarious.
I mean, like straight
I
up.
feel like Ben loves those kinds of bands a lot. Those sort of indie pop kind of things. What'd you call that? Indie pop?
It was
What
like
is that?
emo adjacent. They were like they almost had like a cabaret
Yeah.
theatrical thing going on.
Like the drama kids
Weird.
would listen to it. Like kind of like the goth kids would be like, oh, so edgy, but
Am I
not.
way off saying the Killers, or is that really
that's not a bad comparison.
like just flavor wise, kind of?
A little bit. Yeah.
A more dramatic, more whiny.
Yeah. Theatrical, and
like-
he put
I
a
feel
lot of
like
big
if-
words in.
I feel like Ben would disagree. Ben would be like, no, everybody gets that. The Killers are different, but
They're different, but they'd be fair to group them in
Yeah, okay.
some kind of Venn.
they're in a Venn together.
They're in a Venn.
Fuck. Who else? Oh, I was just thinking like special mention. Like you just said it. You're like, oh, it's so bad or whatever. Like the guilty pleasure bands sometimes are the best though. You know, like I don't really have so many guilty pleasure bands anymore because I'm just so fuck you. I like what I like. But
Yeah.
But also DeAntword is
Right.
Quite
DeAntword is
interesting.
a pretty rough one to tell people you like, but I really love most of their shit. I never even really gave their brand new album a chance because I kind of moved on past whatever phase a little bit, and I never really think about putting on
Yeah, and then
DeAntword to listen
they got
to.
canceled too.
But did they?
Yeah.
Some kind
Are
of
they
scandal.
like?
Yeah. It was
Bad people?
bad.
They've been scandalized.
Yeah. Did you hear about that?
I didn't keep up on it. Are they were sex traffickers?
Something like that. Well, no, they had like this like
I think there were allegations about that. but
handicap kid that they adopted, but they would use him as a prop for their show. And like, I think there was some essay accusations about it, and they're like really messed up with them, and they're trying to, but it's like he's coming to
I know
light.
that they're very messed up people.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I kind of just washed my hands of caring about them much. But for a bit, I was sort of fascinated by, like you say,
Ouch.
very interesting music. At least it's just a weird thing.
What the heck is this?
What's going
It's
on?
more just like that. It's like sort of, what am I looking at right now? Like it was right when I first was listening to Run the Jewels, and Run the Jewels really shook up how I appreciate rap music and everything else that I would listen to. A lot of the sort of underground I went to listen to somebody like Dell or whatever it was, and it just sounded so thin. I was like, no disrespect against any of the legendary rappers or anything, but like listening to something as produced and fat and electronic as Run the Jewels, and then going and trying to listen to regular rap, you're like, oh, this is kind of
It's flat, yeah.
skeletal and flat and
Yeah.
thin and made out of old dusty samples. And yes, that's the point, but goddamn, it's just not what I want. So listening to something as sort of adjacent as
Feel it in your colon.
DeAntword, where
Yeah.
it's like it's hip hop fueled, but it's also more dance music, and it's electronic and bassy, and like also doesn't give a fuck in a unique way and whatever. I guess that's kind of where I was coming at it, listening to them. But
Right. Fair enough. So, and then quickly before I lateral, my Jub,
wouldn't want to lateral at all.
my Jub, he gave me his list. He's a
guest.
He's our one
Or
listener.
no, not a guest. Excuse me, a listener.
Yeah, he's our one listener that's
Long-time
reached
listener,
out. Yeah,
First-time caller.
that's right. Exactly.
Only does he call a lot?
Many time writer.
Yeah,
Anytime writer.
Yeah, he calls a lot. His name's Jub. And he his list is number 5, Cowboys from Hell. Number 4, Killer Clowns from Outer Space by the Dickies. Number 3,
Don't rip it through. Don't do him like
Yeah,
that. Jesus
Painkiller.
Christ.
I can read your lips and I still can't keep up.
You're like, here's his favorite albums. He likes music. And anyways,
Subtitles on?
moving on. No, start at the top, homeboy. This man still wants to.
just crunch his list. Anyways,
So anyway,
moving on to the next one.
no, you don't.
Sorry, Jub. Okay,
He
number
took the
5.
time to compile.
Yes.
Yo, Cowboys from Hell, though. I mean, dude is still willing to put his name down as a Pantera fan in this day and age.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Jub.
saying
He is.
something. What a guy.
Number 4.
Does he like a MAGA hat as well, Jub? I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I really loved Pantera back in the day. And
sick.
Cowboys from Hell ripped. I was so hyped on that stuff. I didn't know much about music at the time, so not saying.
I feel like
You know what I mean?
like I like to enjoy a lot of music without thinking about the politics of the people making the music.
Right.
You have to
try
do that a lot.
to.
A lot of artists are
Dumb and
and then
yeah.
I
But
don't
it
know.
also comes down to the point of where I'm a little bit musically past the dummy riffs that they do, and I really loved Dimebag. I don't have anything bad to say about Dimebag Darrell, rest in peace. And Vinnie Paul was one of the first and
Killer, man.
most influential drummers for me. Listening to his brother Vinnie, like he's such a solid and awesome drummer. I think it's Domination. There's one drum beat that goes. It doubles up the snare like with the double kick, and it's
Yeah.
like, da-da-da-da-da, like kind of like that. And I've straight up stolen it from Vinny because
Oh,
I'm like that little drum thing.
I've
is so
stolen
cool.
his drumming style numerous times. He formed how I
Yeah.
drum for sure.
Yeah, you can't say Pantera didn't have a major effect on metalheads.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the reasons why he says he It got him into metal.
Guitarist.
Yeah.
Got Adam into guitar as well. Dimebag.
Um,
Anyway, just because Phil Anselmo's a big dickhead
Yeah.
doesn't mean that we need to write off
Doesn't
Pantera.
mean that some early riffs don't bang.
No
That's right.
shit.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Anyway, now we can move to number 2.
Number 4.
No.
Are we counting backwards?
Yeah, that was number 5.
Oh, I don't.
I've been catching them switching
Number
back and
4,
forth.
the second one. Go ahead.
5,
got your
4, 3, 2, 1. Number 1 being the pinnacle.
I've never done this before. I don't know what a countdown is. Apparently,
Doing it
so go
backwards,
ahead.
bro.
I've heard that listing is a masculine trait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I do it all the time.
It sounds like a thing. I don't know anything about that.
I
They
list.
were listing
I
in
list,
the
bro.
back.
Do you even list, bro?
Listing is when a ship kind of tilts, so. I don't know.
Nautical terms.
Sus.
4. Killer Clowns from Outer Space by the Dickies.
I do not know this one.
You don't know the Dickies?
The Dickies?
Yeah, they're like an old punk band, 70s.
Okay. I've got a bit of a blind
of
spot for classic punk.
It's
I also
Oddly.
don't really know.
they're killer. They're killer. They're out there. I think they have a song just straight called Crack. It's like, I want to smoke crack. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think I know those guys. Okay.
they're
I listen to a
dope.
lot of music about crack on purpose.
It's enjoyable.
Just the thing. What, the music? Anyways.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Record scratch. All right, go on.
Number 3, Painkiller by Judas Priest.
Oh yeah.
Priest is killer.
Is this Simon?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to guess who this
Simon
is.
doesn't have time to write us or listen to us.
Yeah. Come on, Simon. I mean,
Too busy
jump.
listen to Judas Priest.
Number 2, High and Dry by Def Leppard.
Okay, sorry. Rewind 1 second. Obviously everybody loves the intro to Painkiller's kick drumming.
Oh, dude,
but
that's insane.
I used to
love
think
that.
it was so awesome and fast and incredible. And now I can kind of like keep up with it, and it's one of the greatest intros ever.
It's
Like listening to it back, I'm just like, oh, that is a solid way to open up a goddamn song. Like
there's a
so
handful of
sick
parts
sounding.
of songs that like where the drumming is actually the thing that you remember, like it's
I'm
its
guilty
own
of
riff.
that all the time.
It's
myself.
a drum riff, like it kind of is. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind
I
of
can't
weird.
help but listen to drums.
Yeah.
I don't even mean to, but I just do. But
And it just sticks. Yeah, he nailed it at the beginning of that. Painkiller's killer. Number 2, High and Dry by Def Leppard.
I don't want to spend too much time on Def Leppard here.
You're not a Def Leppard guy. You're
okay.
What has 5 arms?
I wasn't
and
about
sucks?
to.
Yeah.
I'll say the weirdest thing about Def Leppard for me, but the only thing I like about them really is, this is weird, but I went to Hawaii for my aunt and uncle's wedding when I was 6 years old, and the old home movie compilation Hawaii video that my mom made and my mom and dad made out of it, they put old rock songs to some of the scenes that they did.
No
some
way,
of the
that sounds
no-talking
rad.
scenes. It is rad. Like some of this Hawaii video is legendary, and I want to see it again. Actually, I want to watch it again real soon. But it is hilarious.
Photograph.
And it is 2 steps behind while they're walking through Diamond Head Park, like in Hawaii at sunset. Diamond Head Park. Beautiful palm trees, and then just like
2
Def Leppard-
steps behind.
like
it.
the
Walk
the
away.
strings come in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that song is beautiful
It's a
in
good
that
song.
context. It is one of the great. Like I can't even probably watch that without crying.
Oh.
Like I would totally cry if I watched that, and it's so funny to think that it's just friggin' Def Leppard,
Yeah.
So anyway, didn't mean to
I
spend too
can
much time on
imagine.
Def
I can
Leppard. but
imagine your
that's
mother listening to a lot of Def Leppard.
Yeah.
That's the
back in the
only.
day.
That's a mom band.
Stop imagining my mother and Def Leppard. Anyways, but yeah, that's all I'll say about
His
it.
number 1 is Americana by The Offspring.
Oh really?
Yes.
I wish I could say more, Judge Ub. I wish that I had listened to The Offspring as a young lad. I think I just missed them. I went past to heavier things. To me, punk was never heavy enough. It was always like the sunny version of what I already was listening to, which is what I want, is drama and heaviness. And
I just went to depression.
yeah,
Yeah. If I'm not
it
depressed,
says a lot about a guy.
Well, that's the thing. At that age, Alice in Chains is maybe a little bit dense subject matter wise, but you can get behind some Green Day or Offspring or
yeah, that's more angsty.
when you're skateboarding and you're
Yeah.
13, you're not
I think
quite.
I was just so happy and happy-go-lucky that I was sort of just like, man, some people's problems suck anyways. I didn't really like stop to dwell on it very much. I've never really was very sad when I would listen to Alice in Chains. I always just thought like, man, it sucks that guy is gone already, but I don't know. I just listened past it to the singing, I guess. But
Okay, so this had a purpose. We are going to the most recent Rolling Stones list of, I'm going to go top 10 albums of all time, maybe top 20.
I keep coughing into my mic. I'm sorry.
No.
Never do it again.
We can edit that out. So what is our calls for number one?
From Rolling Stones perspective, number one album of all time. And
Ironic.
This is of all time.
Of all time.
Forever and always.
Well, of all time back to in 2001, because that's the most recent updated list.
Wait.
Beethoven didn't do albums.
This is a list from 2001?
Yes, because I haven't done another. The list is actually the top 500 albums of all time, but I don't think you want to sit here with us for the next 10 hours.
Oh, you tried me.
Oh my God. Okay. So number one, I guess, or what are we going? What are we guessing?
So we're guessing what the number one album of all time is.
I'd say somebody's going to say Abbey Road.
I was going to say the White Album. But
oh, that's probably a good call, actually. But
just as to what Rolling Stone would think. I mean, they're biased because of their names. So
I think it's not just like the editors. I think it's like a legit, like I think they take a lot of things into account. I could be giving them way too much credit, but I think it's like study, polls, sales, that sort of like, just like
there's a lot
on paper, what is the greatest albums of all time?
I mean, okay, but there's
or
always,
no, maybe not.
It doesn't matter how many criteria they give. It's always going to be a little bit bullshit. So
of course.
What we're really guessing is sort of a gambling thing. Like, what did they decide this list was?
Right.
More so than what is really.
I feel like What's Going On, Marvin Gaye is probably in the top like 15, 20 at least.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's your.
I don't know. Thriller's probably up there.
Oh, dude.
100%.
Yeah,
Probably
I think
top
Thriller
10.
is probably number 7.
Crazy guess if that was right.
Feels like 7.
So number 20, we're going to start at 20.
Yeah.
Is Radiohead Kid A.
Yeah, speaking right to me. I'm glad we didn't start at 10.
Yeah.
It's one of my all-time favorites, too.
Kid A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm right from the generation where In Rainbows is my favorite Radiohead album.
Okay.
Which is, I think it's common for people younger, and then people that were there from the beginning have like a different perspective on it.
Yeah,
do you want to talk about Radiohead for an hour? Or?
Like, yeah, Radiohead's like OK Computer.
I don't know much about them.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah, OK Computer. I feel like is like the last generation's favorite Radiohead album. But
if you're a kid in the 90s,
completely ignorant person, like I've listened to like a couple Radiohead songs and I like the production stuff. But like, what should I listen to if I was gonna?
Rolling Stones, Kid A.
Start at those two.
OK
Kid A is a weird one to come into. I feel like.
Yeah, probably OK Computer.
OK Computer is like you kind of get the picture a little bit.
All right, I could probably remember the name too.
Yeah, and if not,
it's got a couple of the big classic hits.
You know, like no matter how long you're alive and how much media you consume, you've always got holes in it. Like I feel like there's always holes in my movies or my bands or whatever, and like maybe it's just life, or maybe it's like ADHD, or who knows what it is, or just weed, or who knows. But I always seem to like forget about shit immediately and not look it up. Like I would love that album probably, but I just never think, oh, I should go check it out. So like,
I think they're an incredible studio band.
Yeah.
And then probably one of the best places to start. I've mentioned it already, how we have the backyard. We have the projector screen and we'll watch concert DVDs in the summertime.
Yeah, that's so sick.
We've done the Hotel California one a couple of times, but one year we watched Radiohead live at Coachella, and it's like recorded in super high quality. It's like 2018 or something.
That's such rad shit to put on at parties, honestly. Like that projector with a concert is so sick.
But we all watched it attentively.
Yeah.
And like we didn't start watching it attentively and then ended up just focused on it.
Mesmerized.
Yeah. And I feel like I've seen them. I can't believe I haven't seen them live. They're on like one of my major bucket list bands left to go see.
Yeah, for
People
sure.
who love Radiohead really love Radiohead, and I feel like I want to get in on some of that because I have a way more open view on music in the last few years. I don't know. As soon as I started listening to synthwave, I'm like, okay, well, I understand where the genius and simplicity can be now. I kind of understand that like everything doesn't need to be super complex and brutal and whatever. So a lot of doors are open. I think Radiohead would be a good place for me to start.
Do it, man. Yeah.
A lot of good music nerd stuff in there.
It's definitely,
there's a really good podcast called, am I allowed to shout out podcasts on here?
You should.
It's called
definitely
Dissect. And they're doing a season right now on In Rainbows, which I was so excited to see that was what they're spending the next.
Those are some of the
whole
best
season on.
podcasts ever. Is people who put in work on
The history of
really
music.
the background.
Have you listened to
of-
Alan Cross?
Oh yeah,
That guy is a fucking man. Like I
Canadian
will
legend.
sit in my car and just listen to him. Have you obviously heard of him?
No, Alan
oh
Cross.
wow, really?
Yeah, he's so like they always play him on the Zone. Just like Sundays at 9:00 at night, they'll just have him on. But I mean, he has a
Is he from
podcast,
around
radio
here?
show.
He's Canadian. He's
Yeah.
been a broadcaster for like 30 years or
So
something,
long.
and
Oh, okay.
interviewed
Everybody.
everybody.
Right.
Like I just heard. So like the one that I just listened to, which is super amazing. It was a really cool concept, and I kind of want to rip him off. Is last moments of huge artists, and then he would play a song. So like they were talking about, it was either Dee Dee Ramone, whatever one died of lymphoma in 2001, one of the Ramones, whatever. It was like his favorite song was, and the last thing he ever listened to in his deathbed was a song by U2. I can't remember the U2 song. I'm not a fan of U2. I don't like U2. Sorry. Maybe
I don't
that's
know
it.
what it is about U2. I feel like there's just not enough structure in their music.
Are you a
It's
U2
just
guy?
Such a washed out sound. I feel like you might like them.
I'm not a huge U2 fan, but I respect what they've done. They've done a lot.
He's sensitive
They
to
really
light, bro.
have. They're so.
That's why he wears
huge.
glasses all the time. It's like pansy shit.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna usually pop on U2. I mean, Joshua Tree is a classic.
Of course,
They've got
yeah.
some great albums, but
And like that
it was never like,
They're
elevation.
enormous in the world, and I think when that song first came out, I was like, wow, that's really cool. That
Yeah.
song when I first heard it, but yeah,
they're good pop song smiths for sure.
It's like, yeah, they're one of the greatest bands in the world. I don't know.
How did
there's
we get
just
here?
how did we get here? Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get
There's no palm muting in sight.
Scram.
Don't want to hear it.
So, anyways, yeah. So Alan Cross, look him up. He was talking. That's the last song that
And dissect
Ramone
also,
wanted to
and
listen
now
to.
we're rewinding. Dissect also
Back to the
couple of
plugs of the
great
other things.
a couple of great
Stop
seasons
listening
on
to us right now and go listen to other people's podcasts.
much more successful podcasts.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right. Yeah.
They need your support more than we. Wait.
Okay. So we good? We're gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
No,
Cool. Okay,
I
that
want to
was
talk
one.
about other people's
That was
podcasts
one. That was
more.
That was
Number
number
20.
20. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Number
great. Go ahead.
19 is Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly."
Oh, that's definitely. I don't know where. How big is this top 10 of my top 10?
Yeah,
It's one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time.
for sure.
You have to go by genre, I feel like. And also, my experience, I listen to Damn way more, and I really love Damn.
Yeah,
that
I love
album
it too.
is so good.
Yeah,
Kendrick
it's
is
kind of
amazing.
It's easier to pop on and listen to casually. I
This
feel
is-
like.
This is a weird take, but I could be totally wrong, but I feel like Kendrick Lamar's rap flow reminds me of the way that like African drums loop on things.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how like it doesn't seem to be working with the beat until he keeps driving it home so hard that you realize there's a polyrhythm there, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden the flow like reveals itself to you while he's like coming at you with this
Yeah, that
shit.
makes
It's
sense.
so incredible, dude. Like I can't even describe it any other way than
Yeah, like the Radiohead of hip hop.
Right. That's the perfect way to describe it. Yeah.
I don't know why you would draw that conclusion, but it's perfect.
It works.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay.
Number 18, Bob Dylan's Highway 61 Revisited.
Okay, yeah,
You agree?
absolutely.
I
Never was a Dylan guy.
same. I'm a
Never
Dylan.
really was a guy who liked Bob.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people aren't. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Undeniable classic though.
Like he sounds like a rock and roll Randy Newman.
And I've heard so many people say, I finally got to see Bob Dylan.
Rough.
He was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I went. You know, I've
Bob
just-
Dylan doesn't even understand why you're coming. He's like,
What am I doing here? Yeah. It's
can't
like,
believe he's still alive.
yeah, he's like fucking Randy Newman.
Is
You know,
he?
I got a friend in me. I kind of got that same. I'm being a
They, have,
jackass. Yeah.
they embellish. They certainly got
Bob
us-
Dylan spinning in his grave that he hasn't yet gone
Yeah,
into.
We still got him.
Yeah,
I was
still
going to
got
say,
him, yeah.
that dude's whole existence has just been spinning in a grave.
He's just spinning right now. He's just like,
Waiting.
somebody's talking about me.
been dead for my whole life. Oh, that
um,
was a horrible rant about Bob. Poor Bob.
Yeah, we could have done more. More.
Yep. Try
Yep.
again.
yeah. That was good. That was good. Number 17, Kanye West.
Just don't even let him say what he was going to
No,
try.
no. Move on.
Yeah,
Move on.
Kanye West and just keep going.
Wait, were you saying
Is
something?
it graduation?
It's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Is it? Oh, this is what we were saying the other day about like, you put my beat in the background of another song, and I'm like, oh, why? I didn't realize he did this in post. He like put this like weird jokey college jingle song over top of like my beat playing in the background. It's like this weird avant-garde hip-hop beat, and you were like, it's okay, we're trying to get Kanye on the third layer.
Yeah, it's future music, dude.
He's working on the third layer right now or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, finally. I never thought I'd get a Kanye beat on one of my beats.
Yeah, that's what you needed to do.
It was very stupid.
I got to switch the camera over 1 sec.
Alan Herschelwitz, this is Kanye's representative. He is not able to actually be in the office right now to do the sponsor, but he did indeed endorse this episode. Kanye, we thank you for being on this earth. Yeah, he just wanted to give our regards to These Are My Friends show. Kanye's a good guy sometimes. So, Alan Herschelwitz here, one more time, a representative for Kanye West. Kanye West, yeah, Kanye West.
Big thanks to our sponsor, Kanye West.
Yep.
I just wanted to thank him for all
you,
of the...
you want to be affiliated with Kanye West?
I don't want to, but the money's so good.
Yeah.
I can't turn the guy down.
He offered me
He
500.
also threatens me a lot over the phone.
Yeah. He's a weird dude.
With a good time.
Wait, what? 16. The Clash, London Calling. You Clash guy?
Never heard of it.
Oh, ha.
I don't
Boston
think
Calling.
they should be smashing guitars or basses like
That's
that.
right. Don't do that.
I don't think they should be doing that.
Don't do that.
You agree
Even
with that?
their
16?
name is contrary.
Do I agree? Yeah, I agree with it. I think they're hugely influential. I feel
Yeah.
like there's not going to be denying any of these albums that
No.
they should be on this top 20
Yeah,
list.
I'm not going to refute Rolling Stone on the
I
Clash.
disagree. That's more of a 55. Yeah, 16's pushing it. Yeah.
We're like Blunder Calling.
Yeah, nice.
No, not
Good
really.
one. You
That's
got him.
bad. We'll-
Yeah, I'd be more angry if we were up in the 500, 400 range and I'm
they
seeing
said-
stuff and I'm like, 460? Come
Yeah.
on.
Nelly Furtado is way better than that.
Aqua? 498? Yeah.
Why are we even looking at the 14,000th greatest album of all time?
We could stream that shit, man.
Who is... Yeah.
Fuck. 15 is Public Enemies. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back.
I bet it was very influential
Yeah.
and probably just at the time. I wish I knew more about it as the resident hip-hop guy. Whoops.
Flava Flav, yeah.
Fuck that one up. Quick, move on.
Dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Hip hop? No? Okay.
No, I don't know about that. I just spent a while telling you guys why I don't know about Radiohead is because I know about other stuff, and I don't know about that stuff, really. So, really, I don't know about anything
It's not avant-garde college jingles, so
that
it's
I
not
made
for
myself.
you. Yeah. It's not my own music, so I'm not listening to it. Number 14 is the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street.
Exile on Main Street, a classic. Is that my favorite Rolling Stones album?
What are you more, Beatles or Rolling Stones?
I feel like
Are you right or wrong?
it's always fought back and forth. I feel like it's got to be Beatles
Yep.
for me, though.
You're right.
Even
I
though
like the Stones more.
I love
You're wrong.
I'm probably wrong, but I just personally have always been more of a Stones guy.
I feel like
They're
the
good.
Rolling Stones are cooler,
They're a lot cooler.
way
Are they?
cooler.
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say they're cooler for sure. Bloody Ringo.
They're
eh?
less Disney or whatever.
But Rolling Stones,
Beatles
yeah.
are pretty freaking cool
Yeah,
in a 90-year-old
they're no Miles
person
Davis,
kind of
but
way.
they're pretty cool. Anything cool about the Rolling Stones that you want to throw in there?
Oh, what? Should we plug their new album here?
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it yet, but
I'd like to thank them for their sponsorship.
they have a
also.
brand new album.
Yeah.
They do, yeah. I heard it on the radio, and I'm like, that sounds like the Rolling Stones. And I was like, oh, this is boring. It was boring.
That's a weird choice for them to do at this point.
I don't know. I feel
mean,
like
why
they've
not? I mean,
never
I've
taken
never-
a break. They're
Yeah, I
always
was gonna
touring.
say.
You know who am I to
Always
fucking sit on
happy.
this couch and shit on them who's been rocking out for 50 years?
Yeah,
like,
when's your 60th album coming out, Dylan?
It's coming. All right, I'm working on it.
I think Mick Jagger. Well, I know Mick Jagger could beat me up just by dancing.
yeah.
I've seen videos of
He
him
wouldn't
in
have to
the
quit
last
dancing.
couple of years. He's like rehearsing, just running up and down the stage in an empty venue, just like
gonna live
working
longer
out
than
and
me.
doing dance moves, listening to Lady Gaga or something. I was like, look at this friggin' guy.
Agile. Yeah.
Can't believe it. How old is he? He's like coming up on 80 or something.
Yeah. He's
Dude
He's
is
a
incredible.
mad.
spry
Yeah.
fella.
They're all fucking pretty spry for what they did to themselves. Mick Jagger.
I mean, Painted Black, obviously, real heavy, and Sympathy for the Devil. Those songs to me, they were just huge when I was a teenager. I was like, this is what I realized is that I loved heavy music, but at the time I was like, I just love these darker sounding songs.
Fair enough.
It's early heavy metal, really.
Fucking
Yeah, they were the
And
bad
nothing
boys.
the Beatles did
They
really.
were
I
the
could say is
friggin'
very
bad boys.
They were
early heavy metal, except for like Revolution is like the earliest heavy metal thing the Beatles could have really done. I could think of.
Yeah, I remember.
But to me,
The
the
blown out
Stones,
fuzzy amps.
Yeah. I brought out Sgt. Pepper's and got a wedgie. It was fucked. Because I was a nerd because I wasn't listening to the Rolling Stones. But
Yeah, you
anyways,
nerd.
yeah, you fucking
That's
nerd.
why I said what I said.
Yeah,
So I wanted to be cool.
fucking nerd. Number 13, Aretha Franklin. I never loved a man the way I loved you.
Oh, what number was this? 15?
13.
13.
This is a
Trying to get a read.
diverse list. It's they do go into specific categories, Rolling Stones, because they got to pay them to do something. They got to make lists, but
It wouldn't be fair to just only do rock and roll songs because
Yeah.
rock is the biggest or country is the biggest or whatever. Right? It wouldn't really-
this is just overall all platforms, all genres.
Oh, Aretha Franklin's also inspired a lot of rock musicians.
oh yeah,
Totally.
She's extremely classic. Like yeah,
Number 12,
Including probably the Rolling Stones.
yeah.
big Aretha heads. Thriller, Michael Jackson.
12.
Number 12. Oh, I disagree.
That's
It's
pretty
7.
high up.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty high up the list. I was saying 7.
Yeah.
I would put him at 7.
We got any Wacko Jacko fans here?
I like Thriller as much as the
Is
next
this a
two.
list of, this is all, we keep talking about all these artists where we have to listen to the albums and
Yeah. Now we're going to
Yes.
cut to a track.
We have
Yeah.
to cut to a track from Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I actually am a huge Jackson head.
troubled individual.
He was.
Jackson head, is that what they call it?
I don't
I was gonna say,
know.
sounds like a
Somebody called that
screwdriver.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I also love Alan Jackson.
dude. Yeah,
Is Alan Jackson on
leave
there?
it at that. I bet he is. He's probably number 7.
Oh fuck yeah! Big Jackson head over here. Yeah. Which Jackson are we talking about? The Beatles' Revolver.
Yeah, that's my favorite Beatles album.
I took you more for a Yellow Submarine guy.
What?
Yeah.
I think actually, in fact, the novelty songs throughout their career, I just like I can hardly handle that. And the thing that's annoying is that's usually people that are like, I don't like the Beatles. That's all they're thinking about are the novelty songs. They're thinking about
Yeah, that's why I
Yellow
wouldn't say
Submarine and Octopus's Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Maxwell Silverhammer kind of rips, but
Yeah.
those ones are all pretty
crump.
like pretty goofy and kind of stand out on the album sometimes.
Elaborate, cartoony.
those are the kinds of tunes that I think of. Unfortunately, when I think of the Beatles, and I don't.
Yeah.
But I also will never say that I don't like the Beatles. That'd be crazy.
Revolver, I feel like, is the first one that like it feels like a rock band, but they're slowly getting more psychedelic.
Totally, for sure.
And I can't remember. I don't think they're. Yeah, that's actually probably a good place to start if you want to.
Get into the Beatles.
I don't,
A little
but-
band of they called the Beatles. Yeah. You don't want to get into the Beatles, bro?
Where should I start listening to the Beatles?
Yes. Start now. Whatever. Sgt. Pepper, man. Number 10 is Lauryn Hill's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yeah,
Number 10?
Yeah.
Number 10 album of all time. I like seeing that album gets there.
That's her
pretty
debut
good.
album. Yeah.
Dang, what a good album too.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's
Higher than Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
wow, higher than Thriller.
See,
And
that's-
Thriller being one of the highest selling. It's one of the highest selling albums. Of all time.
selling.
And this
Yes.
this is best albums of all.
This is
time.
just the greatest records of all time, man. Yeah.
Greatest records, and that's probably weighing in album sales, and it's weighing in influence, and
Yes.
it's weighing in, what else?
I
Because
don't know.
I mean, like
don't know.
a record that's been
Opinion.
Opinion, for sure.
Thriller is
Something.
what, 1980 or something like that?
Later than that. I think it's.
85? So,
You can't call me on this.
don't know. I
I thought you were a
actually don't
Jackson head.
I think it's later. I think it's. Isn't it?
I really don't know.
6, 87, 88.
But yeah.
But then
Need
and
a
then
fact check.
Lauren Hill, that was 1998. So like, how do you
maybe they
compare
had
things
to-
that have like a decade on each other for sales and shit
and
like that,
different genres.
and different
completely.
genres? So like,
You know.
there's many different things accounting.
How big in, like, my mom probably doesn't know who Lauryn Hill is, unfortunately. She probably has no idea what that album is.
I feel like some of
And
the
maybe if she
some of the
heard that
Fugees
song-
tracks and stuff are pretty ubiquitous. Like
Yeah,
everyone's
in
heard
a shopping
some of those
grocery
songs.
store. Yeah, you
I would
hear
be
it.
so psyched to hear them in a grocery store.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like,
Hell
it's
yeah.
just, I feel like that would be I don't know. They're great.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, I don't know about turning Thriller to filler.
Yeah. Thriller is. Oh yeah, I would say yeah.
Hiller. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I teared up a little bit when Michael Jackson died. I did.
I for sure did not.
Yeah. I was just like, fuck, man.
Didn't care.
I had tickets
It's
to
tragic
Neverland
for
Ranch.
sure. His whole life is tragic as hell. It's
Yeah.
not surprising that the man is passed
Warped.
away. And
But then
yeah,
that's prior me. But then I did watch that documentary series. I don't know if you've watched it. Not Surviving R. Kelly. That'd be a weird one. It was Surviving Michael Jackson. Anyways, it was the people that like claimed of his claims, you know, without saying too many bad words that the algorithm doesn't like.
You think they were trying to paint him negatively to get
It's
people to watch?
if you watch the series, you're just like, there's no way these kids are lying. It's fucked what he did. And then obviously now I'm like, ugh,
it's horrible. Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's bad. Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things, like a 10-part series, and like
It's
you
quite
gotta be
gruesome. I don't want to think
really
about it.
committing
really.
to the bit. You know what I mean? Like it's their whole lives are fucked. And it's like they're really committing to the bit for I don't know what. For his Neverland Ranch house. Like fuck, come on. Anyways. I digress.
Quite a bit.
All of that was in Miss Lauryn Hill's slot. This conversation.
That's insane.
Did her dirty, yeah.
Crazy.
Sorry, Lauren. Yeah.
Holy crap. Clouding up Lauryn Hill with
This should be a spot for Lauryn Hill worship.
Yeah. Wacko Jacko's crazy adventures. Yeah. Number
drag
9.
us through the mud, Dylan.
Sorry. My bad. Number 9 is Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks.
Blood on the Tracks. I was gonna actually maybe say that this was in the top 10.
Bob gets
but I didn't,
twice.
so that could just be a lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
I was gonna say that.
I already
concur.
did my very poor Bob Dylan impression once. I won't do it again.
Yeah. He's on here twice.
That one.
Yeah. Number 8, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's another And the
That one fits
Prince
great.
and the
That was
Revolution.
8, sorry.
I have yet to see the Purple Rain video film.
Oh, I haven't seen that either.
I would love to watch that.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
I forgot
true.
that I have been meaning to watch it for a really long time.
No,
I
true,
also would
yeah.
like to see that.
I want to see Prince acting and having a purple motorcycle.
You know how many
cover? I hope he rides it in the movie.
It better.
I was pretty sad when Prince died.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Yeah.
And another one that was like wasn't until I was adult that I really
appreciated
got into Prince's music.
But didn't that dude play like 25 instruments?
He was a savant. Just
Yeah.
amazing.
Good at everything.
Yeah. Just literally like a wonderkind.
Writing
Yeah.
hit songs and giving them away. This is kind of like Bob Dylan too. Like, even if you don't like the music, you
It's
might
undeniable.
like their music when played by other people.
Yeah.
Which you probably
As long as he's not Randy Newmaning up the track, then I'm fucking good, man.
That's enough slamming on Randy Newman here too. There's only so many famous Randys, and we
Found
gotta
one.
stick together.
Found a Randy fan.
Randy Newman's a legend. I kid you, Randy. I kid.
Again, the legacy was created and ruined by Toy Story. I feel like incredible songwriter, and our whole generation's just like, oh, he's a goofy cartoon voiceover guy.
That
You guys,
That's what he's known for.
dude. Well, Family Guy drove the nail into that coffin real bad.
For sure, yeah.
Bad guy walking over.
Yeah. Fat man with his kids and dog. Yeah.
He's got the apple. He's gonna breathe on it voice.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that was funny. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No more Randy hate. I love
could
Randy.
quote more, but I won't. Again, I will hold back.
All Randys are great people.
No.
Number 7.
Wouldn't go that far.
At least half the ones I know are good. 7 is Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
No way.
Yep.
Made the top 10.
Made the top 10.
Top 10.
Just rewind the podcast for us to hear the segment about rumors.
Drake, and more Drake. Yep. That's
Wait, what?
that's a reference to something else.
I think that sound has kind of been popular recently because it's just the sound of all of the money you could possibly throw at recording something in the 70s. So it's all, I don't know. It's so warm. It sounds gorgeous.
Yeah,
the production of it is like, it's like how you test a stereo system.
Is that
Pop
album?
it on and see
Yeah.
if the crispest thing on earth that was recorded all on analog sounds good on this sound system. I don't know.
Yeah, like the Apex before digital did anything. Like, yeah.
That's without all the crazy drama and backstories and all the great songwriting. Just the sound of it alone is
Mint.
Yeah. I wonder what you would think of that show, because the show is like loosely based, obviously, on Fleetwood Mac. But
it's just like a combination of all of the 70s artist,
bands.
and then
it does the cliche thing right on the like first episode pretty much, and then it like gets past it, and I don't know, it's kind of cool. As a musician, it's pretty tough to find music shows that aren't just horrible, like unrealistic.
The thing that turns me off of them sometimes is the moment where they start. It's the same thing in like biopics when they start to sing the song, and it just cuts, and it sounds like the most perfect, pristine auto-tune, like
cleaned.
It's magic that they just nail the take, perfect harmony.
and the production of it just sounds like a musical instead of like
people think this is how music comes together at all.
That was my biggest complaint. We were watching like that series on George and Tammy Wynette and George Jones, the TV show.
I don't know.
George and Tammy. No.
George and Tammy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was my main complaint, is like both of them are like such legendary, unique sounding singers, and the actors were actually doing the singing, which in itself was kind of fun, but maybe they should have gotten people. They look a lot like the people,
and that's it.
Their singing voices didn't sound anything like them, so they should have. I was like, I would have almost rather them use original recordings, that sounded
and lip sync
from
and
the
have
70s.
It look a little uncanny or whatever, and just do it
and lip sync to it. Yeah.
Right.
And just for people listening, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. You may hear a cat meowing in the background. He's okay.
It's not a cat.
He's okay. He has dementia and he doesn't know where he is half the time. So he's roams the halls meowing, and that's why he meows all the time. But
that's why we ignore him and we don't help him.
Yeah, we just let him have his episode. Yeah, he'll tucker himself out.
Just ignore him.
Dementia. Yeah, just so y'all know.
Probably just wants food again.
Yeah, every day that cat.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6. We ready for number 6?
Nope.
Number 6.
Wait, yes.
Never mind.
Never mind.
All right. Okay.
Very influential.
I've said before they're a little overrated, and I've gotten heat for saying they're a little overrated. But
yeah, you took some strays,
dude. Probably figure out that they're a little overrated. They're good.
I think the main thing about it is it's hard to say it now because so much time's passed and they're just baked into the culture. But when it first happened, I feel like it was
mind blowing.
It was just
raw.
You needed, not only that it was raw, but it was like right on the line of raw and polished enough that it could have like huge mass appeal. And then that's how
all the markets
grunge scene kind of started, because then all the record people and
A&R
guys were like, we need to sign all of these bands.
Right.
And like try to hop on the friggin'.
What you're saying, teenagers like sadness and depression? They relate to this?
Yes. Raw, and it sounds like shit though. Yeah, but get it to sound great and like shit.
like Siamese Dream. Oh, I forgot about that album.
Yeah, Siamese Dream.
I love that album, dude. Fucking Smashing Pumpkins is and Jimmy Chamberlain. He's one of my favorite drummers. Anyways, that's not on the list. That's not number 5. Number 5.
A lot of those production people did a lot of layering of things. A lot of layers of vocals, a lot of layers of guitars. I think, did we talk about this on the podcast already, that Dave Grohl is singing on that as well?
On which?
On which?
On all, like, Nirvana. I think all
on
like every song.
Like
every
doubled?
word of every
like
song.
There's
like, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember exactly now, but there's like I think 2 or 3 Kurt's and like 2 Daves on everything.
Crazy.
Everything. Every word. Like, that's sort of what he was saying, is like, they're, he's like, it sounds good like this. And the mixing engineer's like showing you what it sounds like with 1 Kurt. Now there's 2. Now there's 1 guitar. Now there's 2 guitars. Now there's 3 guitars. There's like 3 of Kurt's guitar just going down, 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 like that.
Who did Nevermind? Was Butch Vig or something? Produced it. We're gonna need a fact check.
Google.
I'm gonna concur. Yeah, I concur.
Anyway, sorry. We'll move on. But I guess that's one of the albums I've seen a little bit about the mixing of it, and I just remember thinking, really, they're allowed to do that.
And then In Utero was a bit more raw and a bit more like the after Nevermind. They themselves thought it was too polished and too radio.
This doesn't represent what I'm doing at all.
Like, sounds too nice.
Yeah, that's too good. Yeah. Number 5 is Abbey Road.
All right. Okay.
Got another Beatles. Abbey Road. Yeah, that makes sense.
From the biggest Beatles fan.
From one of the biggest Beatles.
I think my favorite Beatles song is probably the Vultures from Jungle Book singing, "We are friends, we are friends, we are friends to the bitter end, the bitter end." You know that? Remember that part?
In the Jungle Book?
When you're around, Who comes around?
No, I
It's been a
don't.
hot
To
minute
pick
since
you
I've watched
up.
The Jungle Book.
Yeah, me too. It's been a very hot
When
minute.
you are down.
I think I was 7. That sounds beautiful,
I'll
though.
sing the rest, but I won't.
Is that a Beatles song?
No, but the
That's for
vultures.
the Patreon subscribers.
That's right. Yeah,
You get
yeah.
the full version of Dan doing.
That was beautiful.
Maybe
and
he'll
both of
put
them are
on
weeping
more
now.
Maybe he'll slap on a little bit more reverb.
Reverb.
It's
Yeah.
like
The
delay,
second-
delay.
The second reverb drop of the podcast.
Got to do it.
No,
It's
it's like the
burnt
19th
in.
one at this
Yeah.
point.
It's crisp.
But no, the vultures from Jungle Book are supposed to represent the Beatles, though. They are like
I was like,
George
what
and
the
Ringo.
fuck are you talking about,
Who's-
dude? Yeah.
Who's your favorite Beatle?
Very unpopular
Ringo
opinion.
has the best name.
Ringo.
Ringo's your favorite Beatle?
No, nobody likes Ringo.
It's cliche to say, but John's the best one.
Yep.
I would say,
No disrespect to any of the other ones.
yeah,
They're all
probably
great.
John.
That's really funny.
He's the coolest one. Even the other guys would say so.
Paul's cool.
I
Maybe
feel like-
maybe it is
Paul
Ringo.
is cool. Of course, Paul's
I feel like George is the cool guy.
Yeah.
George is
Point,
cool.
but I think Paul he's the friggin' pop songwriter.
Wings? Yeah.
Paul,
Oh my god, that one James Bond song is so badass. See, apparently I like anything that has the slightest hint of dramatic flair to it. So,
it's amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Live and let
I've
die.
gotten more into Wings music in the last couple of years, and it's all rock solid.
awesome.
Every Wednesday, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking totally into the Wings. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Leave. Get out! You don't get to finish your list.
I wrote that. Yeah, I wrote that in, man, specifically. Yeah.
Okay, well, we hit
Thanks
your
for setting me
talking
up.
point. There we go.
Yeah.
Out of the park.
Number 4. This is actually cool. Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Stevie.
Number
I haven't really
4.
listened to a ton of Stevie other than just what I've heard on the radio and stuff. I haven't gone out of my way, unfortunately, to listen to Stevie, but he's dope.
Your favorite artist?
Stevie?
Probably.
Yeah?
Your favorite artist's favorite artist.
Oh, your favorite artist's
Oh,
favorite artist. Yeah.
okay. I see
Yeah,
what
that
you're
makes
saying.
sense. Yeah. I have a homie that lives in Winnipeg, and I think that's his favorite
I
artist.
feel like that's like Prince too.
Yeah.
People like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just, yet again, one of those wonderkins. Like, that man can stroke the keys. Very, very good.
I wish you could see all the wincing that we do in
Bill,
podcast form. Just we take turns speaking, and then the other guys all wince. And then that's
are you sure you meant?
podcast,
Oh
too.
well, he said that. So yeah.
Ooh.
I'm picturing. It's like watching Mario just barely making it onto all
Yeah,
the
like
jumps.
how's he gonna land this plane? I feel like every time I open my mouth.
Yeah.
Me
Oh, that's
too.
great.
That's
It's
okay.
great.
Like I said, these things usually run about like 18, 19 hours, and then we just edit down. So
Yeah. To 22:40 for format for TV. Number 3, Joni Mitchell Blue.
Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell?
we're
That was-
getting down to the really nitty gritty, and
Oh,
Joni
yeah.
Mitchell is here.
I know. That's what the fuck. And that was the greatest Canadian artist of all time, too. Remember? That was number
They're
1.
trying to make us have crazy headlines. They're making clickbait that isn't even clickbait. It's
Joni
real.
Mitchell? Yeah. How many kids
The
out there
moment
are
I put
Googling?
Joni Mitchell on a Google,
Yeah.
people are going to freak out. The whole internet's going to erupt and implode on itself.
Honestly, like I appreciate Joni Mitchell, but I haven't really
I don't
listened
think
to
you
a
do.
lot.
Sounds like you don't.
Yeah.
Let me just. Yeah,
Line
I
through my
won't stop
teeth,
you.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, she was around
That's true.
with. Yeah, she was around.
She was around.
Don't say that about the fucking goat. Dude,
Just in that whole circle of the what
Goaty
is it,
Mitchell.
Laurel Canyon crew back in the day with like Bob Dylan and like in the Woodstock days, she was just one of in that group of songwriters
Oh,
that
the
was just
beautiful minds.
again, I think known as much for her songwriting abilities as her actual albums are.
The influence that they've had is wider spread maybe than my.
and
image
sometimes
of them,
these lists
I'd
are
say.
shining light on people that didn't even make it as mainstream, but because of them, a
Yeah.
movement happened.
Yeah, exactly. Like the influence is maybe not as visible as it should be on these albums. Like maybe that's like why Lauryn Hill's ahead of Thriller somehow. You know,
And
it's
like-
just like people don't realize how powerful it was for a certain group of people or whatever.
Yeah, and how far removed are we now from the original Woodstock? And like the only things we hear about are those couple of big bands, you know, Jimi
Right.
Hendrix and
There's only a few.
the band, and
A few
and
key
Grateful
facts.
Dead. But there are all these smaller bands that were probably pretty important. They were just the music of the day. And then, we're 50, 60. I
Well,
can't
who was
do
it?
math.
The original? I can't remember. Who is it that was the original, like, teen idol? You were saying in one of our podcasts. It's like some guy I'd never heard of, and it's like the original
I was
Justin
literally
Bieber,
listening.
essentially.
Like
The first kid to be like
Jerry Lee Lewis or something.
Yeah, around that time. Fool. Oh yeah.
poor little fool.
Poor
Whatever
little
that-
fool. And he sang Traveling Man. Yeah, I'm a traveling man. You know that song? Oh, da, 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 da.
All of the melodies were the same.
I'd probably recognize it if he was doing it.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah,
Our impressions are very good. What are you talking about?
oh man, this is gonna bother me. I was lit. I can't remember his name. It's like David Cooper.
Can you just do a
That's the name.
voiceover? You just ever come in voice of God wise and just
Exasperated,
punch it in like you knew it all the way along?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the Atlantic Falcons. Ricky Nelson.
Ricky Nelson.
The Atlantic Falcons.
Atlantic Falcons. Yeah, that's a Simpsons reference.
No, I don't know if Simpsons. I don't know. I've never heard of that.
Anyways, Ricky Nelson was the first Justin Bieber, and you can
First Justin Bieber.
walk away
Is
with
Justin
that.
Bieber just shorthand for Teen Idol? Because there have been lots of them.
Nope, two.
I don't know if he's the gold standard.
We need another.
Just because
Bieber.
you got the same hat or whatever.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I like my boy JB or Donny Osmond. He was there. So there's
Dylan
three.
earlier. Let me on this tip here. You thought that Jesus. You're like, is Jesus his first name?
Yeah, that was
You
one of the
thought
thoughts
that
I
Jesus
had.
was a title.
Yeah, I thought it was a title. like Jesus is like, I just thought his name was Christ. Yeah.
His family name.
Our current Our current Christ. Our current Jesus Christ is his name. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh,
You studied many years to be a Jesus.
He's just a man with one name, like
Jim
Cher.
Christ.
Cher. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, like Cher.
Or like-
yeah,
yeah.
like Cher.
What, like Cher?
Yeah.
That's right.
Where are we at on
Christ.
this list?
It goes Cher and then Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway,
In that order.
I was going to say, we got 4 slots left. Is there room for Cher, Heart of Stone in here? It's top
there's room for you to
We'll
make
have
the
to figure
guess.
out.
Greatest
Yeah.
Led
albums of all
Zeppelin
time.
4 is where?
My friend bought a Fiero, and I bought him that CD, the Cher, Heart of Stone, on CD to play in his
It is.
Fiero.
That's fitting. Yeah. That's fitting.
You guys went for that beautiful joyride.
To Cher. Yeah. Hey, she was a very handsome woman. Okay. Actually, she was a very pretty woman. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A hot take.
Yeah.
Cher,
Weird.
attractive.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's crazy, but Dylan thinks that Cher is pretty.
Yeah. 100% would tap, but I respect her, so I wouldn't say that.
Good God.
Okay, I'm
man.
gonna
What?
switch.
Wait,
No, we're going to have to edit that too.
I'm sorry, Cher.
I'm sorry too. She's like my grandmother.
Most certainly listening. Dylan, can you ever stop saying horrible things?
And we'll be right back. And we're back.
And this episode sponsored by Clap Off. It turns things off only by clapping once.
There should be a life alert clapper. Like a clapper, like if you're down, you fall. Like, oh, help! I've fallen and I can't give up, and you're just clapping.
And what happens? What do you mean? How would this work?
So it's like kind of like a Google Home, I guess.
Oh my God. Did you see that video? And it was just the garage door going up and down.
No,
Up
what?
and down.
Wait, what?
It was a joke saying that the old lady fell down and had the wrong remote.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious. But that's not. That's funny.
It's okay. We'll edit everything out. What are you talking about?
I don't know, man. I was just coming up with inventions.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I thought I did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just ran with it.
I'm
Number
lost.
two.
Maybe the most chaotic podcast I've ever been a part of. I
You say
really
that every time.
cannot keep my focus at all.
Lost all meaning. The Beach Boys, Pet Sounds.
The first emo album.
Dude, Beach Boys.
Really?
The first emo album. Go listen to it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of crazy lore around Pet Sounds. I love Pet Sounds. But it's like,
I got some Pet Sounds actually for.
yeah, it's kind of like that. You
Nice.
can imagine.
I can't. But
Yeah, it was like after the super sunny boy band Beach Boys days.
Yeah.
And it was like way more introspective, and it was all
Broody.
I gotta check that out, though.
Brian Wilson being there's just literally
I've only really listened to the sunnier ones because, and honestly, this is going to be ridiculous, but all my music comes from this Hawaii video my mom made. But obviously, she put a bunch of Beach Boys on her Hawaii video, so that's why I like.
I feel like Pet Sounds was rejected because
Kokomo.
Brian Wilson, I think, produced it. Well, I don't know if he produced it by himself, but he pretty much did the whole album while the the Beach Boys band was out on tour without him. From what I understand, I feel like I haven't brushed up on my Beach Boys history.
That's crazy.
He like
But-
wouldn't come out.
He's like the creative force behind the Beach Boys, even though he didn't want to be performing for a really long time.
So he should be Brian Wilson and his Beach Boys.
Yeah, kind of. I feel like they had like a weird management thing where they had like an overbearing manager situation or like a family.
Didn't let him
I
strike
should
it.
know more.
Why don't you know?
Talk about it? But
I don't.
but I feel like the album was like rejected by the record label and stuff because they're like, "What the hell is this? This isn't the Beach Boys."
This is not what we signed up for. No, what anybody
And then
signed
I think
up for.
that song, I think it was Sloop John B. You know that one?
Sloop John B.
We'll put in a
We'll punch it in. Yeah, for you people at home.
Definitely.
We'll put in a clip of two people talking who know about things.
The worst trip I've ever been on.
Wow.
I feel like it was like
That's Brian Wilson in
You
the
gotta get your
living.
mic a little closer, I think. I don't know how we're doing on mic skills today. I've been watching Dylan flying in and out, zooming in back and forth.
It's all in the beauty of
It's
editing.
okay.
Yep.
No, it isn't.
Anyways, you were saying Brian Wilson?
This will never see the light of day.
Brian Wilson, hell of a guy. Good album.
Quite a guy. Life of the party.
I like the take that Pet Sounds is the first emo album. It's not my take. I heard somebody else say it.
I'll
take credit.
I'll have to go back and listen to that. That's awesome. Brian
But
Wilson
you
and
will
his Beach
promote
Boys.
this view.
Yeah. And number 1, Marvin Gaye. What's going on?
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Whoa.
I
nailed it.
You
nailed it.
friggin' nailed it.
Whoa,
That's
shit.
crazy.
Sheesh.
Really?
Yeah. Number 1, Marvin Gaye. What's going on?
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. What's going on indeed?
No, I'm just kidding. It's Americana.
Oh, fuck.
I'm kidding. No. Sorry.
Dylan just double got me.
I just double
My
got
neck's
you.
gonna break.
The Offspring. Who fucking yeah? This list was curated by Dexter Holland. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Marvin Gaye. What's going on? That's obviously probably one of the biggest influential albums of all time.
Wow. There you go.
It's incredible.
Well.
Marvin Gaye.
Well, here comes your roommate.
Nope. Yep.
No.
We'll just
Everybody
pause
stop.
for
Pretend like we
yeah.
weren't talking.
We were talking about him.
Yeah. Yo, what up? What up?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Hello.
My roommate. Yeah. Pays half the rent.
Dude, that is good of him.
Yeah.
Solid roommate.
Yeah. I got it.
Uno
misconstrued.
reverse card.
Yeah. That's how it
There
is.
is a power dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get him one day. Yeah. I'll
No,
trick him with my
no,
words.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, I'm not disappointed in that number 1.
Yeah. That makes sense. Do
Yeah,
you agree
there
with
you go.
the list?
Man, I should quit music because I don't know anything about anything. I just haven't listened to a ton of Marvin Gaye.
That's awesome.
I got to start telling everybody that I'm
That's a smooth-
something I know about.
It's a smooth record. Also,
Yeah,
it sounds amazing, and I feel like it was really
I
topical
got
at the
some
time.
homework to do.
Testing. Yeah. Testing your turntable with the Marvin Gaye record.
You should forward me this list, and I'll spend a bunch of time listening to old smoothie hits from Marvin Gaye and shit, and I'll
Emo
I'll
Beach
bring
Boys.
back my opinions.
Joni Mitchell.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I don't feel like I want to listen to any of this shit. I'm like, wait a sec, this homework. I don't want to listen to Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan and shit. Get out of here. God.
But you would enjoy this one. I know for a fact that you could pop on What's Going On.
Oh, I would
and
love
be
Marvin
like,
Gaye. No, that would
like
be fine.
you can just put that on while you're cooking a meal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
a
awesome.
great time.
Whenever
But it's one of those ones too where like if you phase it out, it's just so nice. It's such a
I'm
nice
sorry to
sounding
be-
album, but it is like really
is it funk? Like it's straight
no,
up?
it's not funk. It's more like
R&B.
smooth soul,
Oh,
R&B.
soul, yeah.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like Al Green and shit. Like
Yeah.
if you're ever in a bad mood, I feel like Al Green or like just some funk in general. I feel like that's the way to put yourself in a good mood.
So that was the list. Thanks for bearing with. And then the other thing I have, and this is actually a viewer question. Jub.
Yeah, jub again.
Of course. He
I didn't think it was a real person, but it is actually a real person.
It
It's
is, yeah,
not Dylan. I thought it was just Dylan saying it was a guy, but it's actually a guy.
there's a guy out there, yeah, named Jub, and
Not his name,
and
but
he's
it's
Is this person? Where's this person from? Caller from Missouri.
we
or-
they're in
It's
witness
the-
protection. You're
yeah.
not supposed to say it.
yeah. I think it's Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Colorado.
a lot of kooky shit going on in Colorado.
Yeah. And they're listening to us, so fucking spread it around.
From a Silverado in Colorado.
What is your opinion? And this is a bipartisan. Bipartisan means neutral, right?
No,
Oh.
not in America anymore. Wait, sorry. Go ahead.
This is my neutral stance on it. I'm just asking the question. What do you guys think about the blues?
I like the blues.
What's
well
my
enough.
opinion on the blues?
Yeah, like the genre of music.
I used to actually like the blues in general a lot more because of NPR. Like I used to listen to the radio a lot more. And jazz and blues and classical music was way more a part of my life because I was always looking for like hip hop samples to try and take eventually. So I would end up putting on the radio and it's blues right now, like late at night blues on the Groove Yard. There was a dude, I don't know if he still does it, and I always forget his name.
The Groove Yard?
His name was Dick something, and he had like the craziest
That's a dope
voice. He had like the craziest, like lowest smoker's voice ever.
This is the Groove Yard with Dick something.
Speak really slow. And it was like it was a late night graveyard shift show, and it was like the blues, and it was really
What do you
dope.
think?
Maybe one of my favorite blues moments that I've ever heard was on that radio station, and the song was just called, the lady on the radio was just like, this is Soup Bone by whoever it was, and I can't remember who it was, and the guy's just like, I got a soup bone and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I got a soup bone and I'm hungry.
That's all he said.
I got a soup bone. Gotta get me some collard green.
What's a soup bone?
And that was it. That was the whole thing.
That's how you make soup.
With a
It's
bone?
water and bone.
Do you know what soup is?
That's soup.
We explore the entire world
You
on this
just wouldn't know
podcast.
because they take the bones out usually.
You're not supposed to eat the bone. Yeah.
Yeah, that Campbell's fucking just a bone came out. It was gross.
My opinion
Bone
on
in
blues,
Campbell's.
the most hijacked of any genre.
Oh yeah, the most robbed and
The
pillaged.
most robbed
Yeah.
without any not gratitude. I mean, it's easy to be like, it's easy for like the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin to be like,
Yeah,
we like the blues.
yeah. It's easy to say.
But
Yeah.
I think there's the line when they get like with Led Zeppelin where they're actually taking riffs and lyrics
Stylings and
that is beyond just an homage, and it's actually just kind of
song.
plagiarism.
Yeah, there's no question that it's basically the founding
which
roots.
I think is fine. Like in sampling, that's cool. In like other genres, that's cool. It's just that there has to be some kind of payment.
It has its foundations so
For
deeply.
rock.
It
like
has its,
writing credits or
Yeah.
like just in music theory, like it is such a strong sound that there's no denying it. Like if you find blues hidden in metal or hidden in classical or hidden in country, or it's in everything.
Mhm.
Like it's just because the blues is a chord progression and a time signature basically. All throughout that entire genre, blues is very
Similar.
in the way that their music theory is so similar through all of it.
Da-na-na-na.
So that formula can be reapplied a billion zillion times. Like it's through rock and roll, it's through hip hop, it's through everywhere. Blues.
I showed up late to work. Da-na-na-na. Then I watched a Scorsese movie. Da-na-na-na. Then it gave me some nightmares. Da-na-na-na. My
That's
name
it.
is
That's
Randy.
blues. You're plagiarizing.
Remember?
You're
That's
taking
a
that-
callback to the beginning of the episode. Remember I told you to tell me 3 bad things that happened this week?
that's true.
Because I was writing a blues song.
Man, you're
Dylan.
making me think about the worst things that happened this week. Again.
I'm trying to have a podcast.
Second time this
I'm trying to have a podcast, and Homeboy is dwelling on the past, dwelling
I was
on the
writing a
worst
blues
things.
song.
Yeah, how about what are 3
I don't want you to.
wonderful things you're looking forward to
That's
this
not the
week?
blues.
I'll tell you right now.
That's the Reds. or
One
something.
time when this is
Yellows.
hilarious. I was working at the liquor store years ago, and I was writing some rap lyrics at the till between customers, and my manager found my stupid rap lyrics scribbles and on the till tape that was there, and she said to me, Daniel, I can't have you doing your other job while at this job. She said, and I just I was just like, I don't want to correct her, really, but this is not a job. I cannot make money. This is not what you think or whatever, but that's just kind of like what you're doing right now is your other job.
Oh, I'm
You're
doing my
writing a
other
friggin' blues song while you're trying to do a
Well,
podcast
yeah.
right now, and
I-
I can't
I'm-
have you doing your other job
3
while
things
I'm trying to
all
get you to
time.
focus. No.
So the reason why I said this is because Jub. Okay, leads. Now I'm going to go more specific. What do you think of Stevie Ray Vaughan?
I fucking love Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's amazing, I think. I haven't listened to him a ton in my life, but I know he's hugely influenced Adam.
Mhm.
And Adam showed me a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff, and I think his voice is kind of underrated also. But yeah,
Underrated?
Underrated, yeah. He's got a pretty sweet blues voice, and I think that he's one of the best guitarists of all time.
Yeah, incredible guitar player. And
Man's got talent.
yeah, and I feel
feel a bit like I'm setting you up or something.
Well, it's just
I don't
it's-
have a very emotional tie to him at all. I would never really listen to him too much. I just think he's incredibly gifted.
it's just tough topic to think about because I immediately go to the fact that maybe he brought blues music to like a wider audience or to
Whiter,
the white folk.
audience.
Yeah, exactly. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So
it's-
he's a
it's
bit of
just
a thief, but at the same time,
yeah, exactly. It's like maybe some artists that were still alive that people had never heard of. Maybe people got into the blues because of Stevie Ray
there's a
Vaughan
white guy doing
and
it.
went back and listened
Yeah.
to Stevie Ray Vaughan's influences and
yeah, that is a
bought records
shady
and-
element that I hadn't really thought about at the time. Yeah.
So the reason why I bring that up is because Jub fucking, it's like, what is so good about Stevie Ray Vaughan? Like,
watch
why
him
is
play
he
the
held
guitar.
to this high standard? That's
Also
what- I'm
dying.
impartial. Obviously, he's a great guitarist, and there's
Dude, passing away at the height of your excellence
1990?
it will really solidify you as
1990?
as one of the greats.
Yeah.
He didn't have time to peter out at all.
Jub basically wants to teabag his coffin. No, it's not that. It's not that heavy.
is
But
that what he said?
He loves him
it's
that
word
much?
for word. Yeah, he loves him that much. He wants to rub his balls all over his coffin.
Dude, try to contain yourself.
Mad appreciation, bro. But
Well,
it's,
sign of respect.
it's just like what's his big song like love and joy.
My pride and joy. I
Yeah,
think
that.
pride and joy is not the best.
You talk shit about Stevie Ray Vaughan and he kills your podcast. That's literally where the podcast died. We had a 15-minute conversation about other stuff. Don't talk shit about Stevie Ray Vaughan or he's going to come through the microphone and strike down your podcast and kill it and end it right there. And that's what just happened. So we love you, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Anything we said was from a jealous viewer. We love the blues. We love Stevie Ray Vaughan. One more time, Stevie Ray Vaughan, we love you. Sorry for talking shit.
Edit that out.
The Thrill Is Gone. Tell him to go listen to the song The Thrill Is Gone and watch the live performance
And that's-
from right before he passed away.
That's not even a Stevie Ray Vaughan song. That's
Oh,
a stand.
I feel like none of them ever are.
That's part of the blues too. Is I feel like there's more of a culture of playing cover songs and like sharing songs around, and everybody has different versions of.
Because most people who play the blues are trying to do it for pocket change, so they want songs that people recognize so that they'll give them their 25 cents from their pocket.
Yeah, and so like, and you know what? I personally,
I mean that with a lot of respect.
I appreciate its roots.
Hmm.
I appreciate what it's done. I personally like. There's a blues radio station that
I don't like rock and roll, dude.
rock and roll,
Yeah.
man. It's just
Rock
not for
music,
me,
bro?
man. Panic at the Disco or nothing. That's
You don't
the
like
element
things
of
that were
opinion
influenced?
music.
So are you gonna start the flow chart here? How do we get from Muddy Waters to Panic at the Disco if
Yeah.
you can't sweat out? Because I guarantee you it couldn't happen without somehow.
Oh,
because-
so that's where I'm like, you know what? That's the main point of the blues. Is like it's no question that it is basically the fundamental starting of rock.
yeah, and it was like,
Essentially.
it was like such a forbidden type of music back in its day.
I
like
just-
the most.
I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but when it's playing, it just like to me it sounds more all alike than country music.
It is literally rooted in a type of musical
Yeah.
theory that is.
I can't listen to it for very long. Personally, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Just
I
like
don't
I like
know.
Vanity
Are there blues songs that are not like swung progressions like that?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It depends what you're calling straight up blues, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It is based around probably the scale also.
It's the blues scale and
Yeah.
to me the swung time signature.
It's the notes you aren't playing.
No.
That's what they say.
That is a different saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm the greatest guitar player right now, apparently.
Wow.
But
But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's a large.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah. Hey, do you really enjoy listening to this style of music that was popular in the 1930s? Like, you know what? It
No.
doesn't hit with me the same as Run the Jewels.
Yeah. I just don't
So-
think that Paul McCartney
don't
is
think-
as cool as Killer Mike right now for me.
oh,
You know what? Music that's 80 years old just doesn't slap like brand new music does.
And I fucking
Have you even heard of Lord?
Yeah.
Try some Lord, bro.
Yeah.
I like Lord.
I'm way
I
rather
don't really
Eminem.
listen to Lord very much either.
Yeah. Marshall Mathers. Anyways, I just
Oh, you just had to clarify there.
yeah.
Just to make sure people knew who you were talking
I
about.
wasn't talking about the candy. Yeah.
Good God, dude.
I know. Anyways, with that beautiful sentiment, I
1992
think we need
called.
to wrap it up before the battery dies because the battery's going to
We did to wrap it up before just the podcast is over. I
politically
never do it again.
correctness gets too far. Yeah. And Van
You
Hagar
gotta,
rules.
you gotta edit out any of that.
That's what I'm thinking. I'll just probably delete the middle. and the end and the beginning, and then we're done.
Edit out the parts
Oh.
about me talking about editing things out. It's too meta.
Every time you say
Wait. It's going.
no, that's when we have to delete.
That's staying. It's
I don't
just
know. We'll decide at the time.
These are my friends.
These are my friends.
Oh, that's
Here's another $5. Thank you.
Okay. Quick, take it. All right, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much, Randy. Anything else you have of get off your chest here, bud?
Yeah, I wish I had something to plug.
We'll get you back when you do. As soon as you have a show or an album or a release or a thing to say, maybe an opinion, a hot take, just give me a shout and we'll have you back. It's been a slice.
And if anything comes in the next week, we'll splice it in for you. How about that?
Yeah, I'm really sad that I missed out. I got into this because I listened to the Rolling Stone countdown of Canadian artists, and there were some of my favorite artists of all time just skimmed over. I feel like I've heard the name anyways.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
This time it's just all no. But this could be the thing. We could have Randy back just for countdowns.
Yeah.
We could just like pull different countdowns from different people from different places. This is McDonald's top 58.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Wow.
Yeah. The Big Mac. The McDLT.
Leonard Skloin, the top branch manager. Anyway.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Okay, well, it's been a slice. We appreciate you being here. And stay tuned for more.
Thank you much.
Madness. Yeah, thank you much.
Thank you.
Yeah. These are my friends.
These are
Peace.
my friends. Okay, well that's good enough. Call that friggin' bang it out. Yeah, Dylan, you're gonna have to back off on yours quite a bit. You said his back, and so you have to turn up.
Unless you want me to
He's talking right into it. He's actually way better. Better, probably.
Yeah.
If you're willing to hold it.
I can hold it.
Yeah, right around there, and you
Test.
not booming talkers, so.
What's your average?
That's my average. This is my average. I'd say.
Be more subdued at the beginning.
And then it's going to be
Start getting really enraged and start fighting with people who just
yeah, it's mad fucking cooking.
all of your relatives will be here in a minute.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure that the sound was nice.
You said 4:30, right? You
Set
said
up.
4:30? Yeah. Fuck, I can't stall. I got
They're late, but that's fine.
Test. Okay, perfect.